From the GMC Red Division, just about anybody could have been playing in this year's final, and even a few others. But in the end, here we are, the 2026 Jim Muldowney GMC Tournament Final, and it's all red. Well, actually make that purple. Sure hope someone's wearing white with pinstripes today. But of course, the big story of the last week or so has been the weather around here and the timing of this game. Mother Nature wasn't too kind over Memorial Day weekend, so in addition to all those barbecues being rained out, so was the GMC title game. A week later, it's like it was in the old days, smack dab in the middle of the state tournament. Old Bridge is still alive in that. The Knights beat Freehold Township yesterday afternoon before prom at night, and now after the GMC final, they'll host a Central Jersey Group 4 semifinal next Wednesday. For Monroe, though, this is the end of the line. After getting eliminated yesterday at Hightstown, the Falcons can throw the entire kitchen sink at the Knights, who still want to win this game but still have more baseball to play. So let's do it on a picture-perfect afternoon at Ray Cipperly Field in East Brunswick, perhaps for the last time. It's 3rd seed Old Bridge and 9th seed Monroe in the Jim Muldowney GMC Tournament Final on a Saturday afternoon on Central Jersey Sports Radio. And it's coming up next.
This is high school baseball on Central Jersey Sports Radio.
Payoff pitch to Letumsky. Line shot, right field. That's down, a base hit. Rounding third is Agostino. There's going to be a play at the plate. Throws up the line. Agostino scores standing up. It's an RBI single for Adrian Letumsky, and Old Bridge goes in front 1-0.
Here's the 0-2. Swung on and punched down the right field line. That's going to go into the corner for a base hit, and it's going to bring home Tyler Bacon with the first run of the game for either team, and it is 1-0 Monroe. Pitch from long. Swung on, hit high in the air, deep to left field, way back, looking up, going back, and it drops in on the warning track as Blanco went back to get it. A run will come in. It's an RBI double off the wall for Eric Schickschneit.
A 3-2 pitch. Breaking ball, swung on and missed, strike 3. McCarthy down on strikes. It's an even dozen strikeouts for Ben Faigin.
1-2 pitch. Swung on and lined into the gap into left center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. Throw comes into third, and Matt Levitt with a 2 RBI double. It's now 7-3 Old Bridge. Runner on third, down 1-0, 2 out. Pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, and that ends the game. Faigin tosses his glove up in the air. His 13th strikeout, just like he had on Monday. And Monroe wins it by the final score of 1-0.
Now, GMC Tournament Baseball on Central Jersey Sports Radio.
Live from Ray Cipperly Field at the East Brunswick Magnet School in East Brunswick, New Jersey, it's the Jim Muldowney GMC Tournament Championship game at long last on Central Jersey Sports Radio this afternoon, and a week later than originally scheduled, the 3rd-seeded Old Bridge Knights battle the 9th-seeded Monroe Falcons. High school baseball on Central Jersey Sports Radio, brought to you in part by the New Jersey State Federation of Umpires, Mickey Sedlak Chapter, Baseball Warehouse in Highland Park, great instruction, no gimmicks. Bellamy and Son Paving, proud sponsor of the high school baseball top 10. Jan Promotions, the official outfitter of Central Jersey Sports Radio. Ball Stars, custom sport balls made in the USA, and by Sportsplex at Metuchen, your local indoor sports facility for an immersive sporting experience. Starting pitchers for today for Old Bridge, Brady Meyer, 3-2, 2.93 ERA. For Monroe, Ben Faigin, 6-1, 1.18 ERA. Justin Sontupe, I wondered if I'd ever see you again after last weekend with all the rain that we had on the Memorial Day weekend. That was a tough go, but here we are back, and we were talking, of course, as this was getting rescheduled, of where this game was going to be in the middle of the state tournament. It used to be that way in the GMC. They changed it a few years before COVID so it wouldn't interrupt, but here we are. Now, Old Bridge won yesterday, so they have a state sectional semifinal game next Wednesday. Monroe could have played Old Bridge had they won it, but they lost down at Hightstown, so a tough loss for the Falcons. So for them, the weird situation where they're out in the state tournament last night, but now you got to gear up for a championship game the next day. That doesn't generally happen, at least anymore, but here we are, and we've got our storylines for today.
Yeah, we sure do. I mean, that's a pretty strange thing that Monroe's dealing with, but what an opportunity and what a way to kind of put the sour grapes from last night to bed and play for a championship today. They'll have Ben Faigin on the mound, and we saw him 2 weeks ago, and he was probably as good as he's ever been. Struck out 13, gave up 1 hit and 7 scoreless, and when he pitched Monroe into the GMC final. And I know he was excited to potentially play at Rutgers, which is where the final would have been last week.
Right.
But, I mean, you said you weren't sure if I'd see it again. I wasn't sure if it was going to stop raining. We rained like 4 straight days
I know.
weekend.
It was crazy. So, you know, the plans that everybody had for that weekend got a little mixed up. But we're here, sunny skies, partly cloudy, partly sunny. It's kind of been in and out. It gets a little chilly when the sun goes behind the clouds, but that's all right. We're going to hear from our 2 head coaches, and we had to re-talk to them again last night because so much has changed. Sean Field from Monroe, Matt Donahue, Old Bridge. That's coming up next. You're listening to the GMC Tournament Championship game on Central Jersey Sports Radio. Stick around.
Hi, I'm Warren Bennett, president of the NJSFU State Federation of Umpires, the Mickey Sedlak chapter. Our goal is to develop and improve our members' knowledge, skills, professionalism, and confidence. We cover high school baseball and softball in the GMC and other surrounding counties. We also cover various rec, local youth leagues, USA softball, travel leagues, and men's leagues, including assigning and working the Last Dance tournament. We have college, high school, Little League umpires on staff, and we are also proud to give back by umpiring events like the Autism Awareness Challenge, Little League Buddy Ball, and the Wounded Warrior Charity Foundation. To find out more or to become an umpire, visit njsfu.org. That's njsfu.org.
Mike Pavlichko back on Central Jersey Sports Radio as we get set for the 2026 Jim Muldowney GMC Tournament Championship game. 3rd seed Old Bridge, 9 seed Monroe. Mike Pavlichko and Justin Sontupe along with you. Time now to hear from our 2 head coaches. We're going to start with Old Bridge and head coach Matt Donahue, whose team has won 11 in a row. They won in the quarterfinals, the Central Jersey Group 4 playoffs yesterday, 8-0 over Freehold Township. Mason Mule with a great game on the mound for the Knights. Only allowed 1 hit, and that hit was a single that they tried to turn into a double and, well, got thrown out at second base. So Mule faced the minimum 27 batters. Here's Donahue on the great effort.
Mason has been great all year for us. I mean, he had a great outing at St. Peter's Prep, and, you know, for us, you know, it's hard to be in a situation where you gotta, you know, where people are saying, are you picking between states or GMCs? I'm like, we're just trying to win the next game. And that's kind of the motto to the team is like, listen, we want to win whatever game's in front of us, and that's what it was. And Mason was the guy for today, and I mean, he was unbelievable today. He was just throwing strikes, 0 walks, which is awesome. And that play that the kid hit a single down the line, Mike Chiarella was in right field, and he slid, kept it in front of him. Glove side turned and fired a 1-hopper to second base to get him out. It was just an unbelievable play. And, you know, Mason was just lights out from that, like, the whole time. I think the first inning he threw 5 pitches, and, you know, he threw 66 pitches in 7 innings. So, you know, tip your hat to him, and we played great defense behind him, and it was just a really good game for us today.
And the offense obviously got the runs. You know, I'm sure 1-0 was a little too close for comfort. You got it. You survived and advanced in the first round. But, you know, to get 8 out of your guys in this game and to do it kind of consistently through the game, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, 4 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, has to feel good going into the semis now.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, we're getting guys on in scoring position, and now it's just a matter of cashing them in. You know, in the first round, you know, we had guys on second and third, multiple innings, and just didn't get them in. Today, you know, started the game, first 2 innings, had runs in scoring position, didn't get them in. And then, you know, we started getting the timely hitting and a couple doubles and, you know, good base running and just good execution. And, you know, it was 8-0.
Well, you got Hightstown here in the semifinals. That's going to be next Wednesday at your place. And we'll deal with that later because, as you mentioned, we're just trying to win the next game. The next game for you in the middle of the states here is the Jim Muldowney GMC Tournament Championship game Saturday against Monroe. And they lost today to Hightstown. So we're not going to get that second rematch next week. Got Hightstown. But let's talk about this. You know, in the tournament, obviously, you guys have done, you know, very well to this point. Wins over Woodbridge, Middlesex, in the quarters and semis. Sayreville you got in the first round. You know, 2 shutouts, 1-0, and a 9-3 game. I mean, your team just playing such good baseball right now.
Yeah, you know, it's starting with our guys on the hill. You know, we have guys that are going out there throwing strikes, which is, you know, huge for any high school baseball team. You know, our defense is playing immaculate. You know, we're playing very defensively. Like, we're playing great defense all around. We have, like I said, in our first interview, we play 12, 13 guys every game. You know, we have defensive guys coming in late in the game. You know, and the guys just know their roles, and they're playing at a high level right now. Tomorrow's gonna be a tough battle with Faigin on the mound, but we just got to be aggressive. We got to get guys on base and just try and manufacture some runs. And we have Brady Meyer on the mound today. With everyone but Muldowney and Blake Dunleavy available. But it's gonna be one of those games. It's gonna be a high energy game, and it's gonna be the team that makes the fewest mistakes and the team that can execute small ball and get that runner in, because it could be a game that's down to the wire.
Now, you mentioned obviously you're just trying to win the next game. Had you not had a GMC final on Saturday, would Mule have been the guy you went to here on Friday?
Most likely, yeah.
Yeah.
We feel very confident with Mason, Blake, and Meyer.
You got a bunch of guys. I mean, you have a bunch of guys.
Yeah, they're 3 juniors that could start there. They've been our guys that started pretty much like in their rotation spots. And then we have guys that crossed Eric Schicknight, Harry Denny, Matt Levitt, Mike Chiarella that come in and can pitch, So next man up mentality. And, what Mason's job was today to go out and win a second round of the States. And he did everything you'd expect him to do and better. You know what I mean? So it's just a good job by the kids.
All right, Coach, here we got Monroe here now in the championship game. And listen, they're going to have both guys available, Faigin and Love. You beat both pitchers this year in the 2 games, but tell me what challenges those guys present, because obviously we could see both at any time here in the championship game, regardless of who starts, and what else maybe their lineup does.
Listen, we know they're 2 of the best that you're going to see in high school. And, our guys are up for the challenge. We've seen it before. They've seen our guys before. And it's one of those times, when you play each other the 3rd time and it's for a GMC title, it's either the team that plays the best tomorrow. And our guys have seen these guys, and it's going to be one of those games that it's going to come down to who makes the fewest mistakes and team that wants to execute the most. And, they're not afraid of us. We're not afraid of them. And it's just going to be an old-fashioned game that's going to be high energy, and it's going to be a great time.
Meanwhile, Monroe was knocked out of the States yesterday by Hightstown on the road, 10-2. Tough loss. Head coach Sean Field says you got to tip your hat to Hightstown.
They hit the ball all over the field. They just had an excellent approach at the plate, and they battled like 1 through 9. They battled. They got 4 guys that are hitting close to 400 in their lineup, and they just they got the best of us today. We had 1 bad inning in the 4th where we gave up. I think we had 3 errors in the inning, and we gave up a bunch of runs. We just kind of fell apart. We didn't play a complete game. The first 2 innings we had bases loaded, and we always talk about scoring first, and you couldn't really get a run across, couldn't get a good, the big hit, and that kind of from there our confidence just kind of went down and kind of snowballed into where we fell apart.
And you obviously had a pitching situation to deal with, as did Old Bridge for today. And, it certainly worked out for them. Their starting pitcher actually, faced a minimum today, 27, and only guy who got a hit was stretching a single and a double. But you guys had to figure out a pitching thing and also figure out what you want to do for this championship game against Old Bridge.
Yeah, we were kind of, we were going back and forth with it after the Montgomery game. We were just kind of figuring out how we wanted to set up our rotation, who we wanted to start the game, who we wanted in relief. We know that Old Bridge is obviously a very, very good team, and winning a GMC final is very important. It's not easy, especially playing in this conference, in this county. It's not easy to win, so we figured that we're right there, and if we could have our top 2 guys on the mound if we need them, we're going to have them available. So that's the route that we took, and I'm still confident for tomorrow.
So let's start with this. How do you address, and you talked to the team about it after the loss today, how do they mentally prepare for this? Because, again, once you lose in the state playoffs, usually you're done. But now you come back and not only have to play a game, but for a championship.
Yeah, that's the exact message that I put out to them. I said, listen, a lot of times, the last game of the season is usually a tough one for the seniors. You put a lot of work in all 4 years, and it's very hard to end and win a state championship. But lucky for you guys, we get to come out tomorrow. We're going to get a good night's sleep. We're going to wake up early tomorrow. We're going to get to the field. We're going to hit. We're going to do our normal pregame at the school, and then we're going over to EB Magnet, and we're going to go through what we need to and hopefully win a championship.
All right, so let's talk about that game. Who do you have here in the championship? You have Ben, you have Andre, both available here.
Yeah, we're going to start Ben. He's had such an amazing year, and he's such a competitor. He's 6-1 on the year, and I just feel like he's built for this type of game. I also like the fact that, having him as a lefty, he's really going to be able to control the run game. I know Old Bridge likes to play a lot of small ball. They like to run. And I feel like Ben is the perfect monster for this sort of game.
I hear you. And then you also got Andre there in your back pocket, too, which is a nice option to have.
Yeah, absolutely. Having Andre Love coming in relief, and I kind of said that to him the other day. I had to break the news to him that we were going to start with Ben, and I said, he'll, if he gets in any trouble or if we notice that he's, wild or anything like that, there's going to be a short leash. And I said, listen, you got a chance to, be the hero. You're going to come in a really big spot. And probably any team in the county would be happy with this 1-2 punch. So, if the game, like we expect it to, if we go later in the game and it's kind of like a heavyweight fight, then we feel really good about being able to bring in Andre.
And now, of course, you guys have played them twice this year, a 9-5 loss back in late April, and then a couple days later, 12-1 loss. And both of those were Andre and Faigin. So what needs to be different this time around? You talked about, trying to have Ben kind of control the base runners being a lefty. What has to be different this time?
Honestly, I think we're playing a lot better baseball than what we were playing at that time. Not making excuses or anything like that, but we played a lot of games in a row during that time, and we were just it was a roller coaster. We were up and down. We weren't playing great defense. In the game that Ben pitched, he walked a couple guys, and he was, upset with a couple of the calls, and he went off the tracks a little bit, and we just kind of lost control. But with, early in that game, we were leading, and then it just kind of fell apart. And then the game with Andre, we were winning right to the very end, right up until the 6th inning, and then we just ended up, having an implosion defensively, and we just had a couple errors here, a couple timely base hits for them, and then things kind of just fell apart. So both games were, Old Bridge and Monroe, they're such a rivalry, and I have so much respect for Maddie Donahue. So we always play each other tough, and even with those 2 losses, obviously you always want to win, and I was bummed out that we lost, but I feel good about this game. I just feel good going into it.
Monroe head coach Sean Field. Before that, Old Bridge's Matt Donahue. Justin Sontupe and I are back with starting lineups and first pitch of the GMC Tournament Championship game. Old Bridge and Monroe after this on Central Jersey Sports Radio. If you're serious about the game of baseball, Baseball Warehouse is serious about you. For over 20 years, Baseball Warehouse in Highland Park is the place to go for great instruction. Led by former New Jersey College baseball coach and current Colorado Rockies scout Mike Garlotti, Baseball Warehouse features instructors who are also high school coaches. They're not a baseball factory, they're a baseball school. You'll learn the finer points of the fundamentals to improve your game. They have summer camps and spring, summer, and fall teams. Call them at 732-249-8884. That's 732-249-8884. Or visit them online at baseballwarehousenj.com. That's baseballwarehousenj.com. When you have a paving job, large or small, call Bellamy & Son Paving for a job done right, residential or commercial. They do driveways, parking lots, plus excavation, prep work, and stone paving. Bellamy & Son will provide you with a free estimate, and they're fully insured. Call them at 732-968-5999. That's 732-968-5999. Or visit BellamyandSonPaving.net. Bellamy & Son Paving, sponsor of the high school baseball top 10 rankings. Look for it every week on CJSportsRadio.com. Bellamy & Son Paving, a founding sponsor of Central Jersey Sports Radio.
And we're back at Ray Cipperly Field, East Brunswick Magnet School, getting set for the championship game of the Jim Muldowney GMC tournament. Old Bridge, the 3rd seed, Monroe, the 9 seed on a very windy day. Temperatures about in the low 60s, 62 degrees or so. Well, we've got 10 teams left in the state tournament, and our coverage will continue on Tuesday. Alec Krauthamel will be live in Somerset along Easton Avenue as 2nd seed Rutgers Prep takes on 3rd seed St. Thomas Aquinas. In the non-public North B semifinals in South A, top seed Immaculata will be hosting 5-seed CBA in that semifinal, and Sean Newcomb will be out to cover that one for us here on Central Jersey Sports Radio. Meanwhile, for the publics, 7 left. These Old Bridge Knights are the top seed in Central 4. Will be taking on the 4th seed Hightstown. And we'll tell you the rest in a little bit because they're going to play the national anthem. So we'll be back after this on Central Jersey Sports Radio.
Are you looking for a sports award for your team or one of your players? Forget about trophies and go to Ball Stars. Custom sports balls for football, basketball, and more. And they're on Oprah's favorite customized gift list. Printed right here in the USA to catch all your memories. They're a perfect personalized gift for a coach, team, or a player. And they're the official award supplier of Central Jersey Sports Radio. They do all our postseason awards for basketball, baseball, and football. And the Bellamy & Son Paving Players of the Week. Everyone is wowed when they see them. And they're also great as wedding gifts, table centerpieces, or party favors. Ball Stars creates a custom proof with your art, logo, or text. You approve and it's shipped in 2 business days or less from Kansas. Ball Stars, official award supplier of Central Jersey Sports Radio. Go to cjsportsradio.com, click the ad, and get your very own custom sports award from Ball Stars.
If you're looking for branded merchandise, look no further than Jan Promotions. For over 40 years, they've been serving all of New Jersey with thousands of items to suit your needs and your budget. They've got everything from tech items like flash drives to bags, mugs, glasses, and sports bottles. From a 50-cent keychain to a glistening $500 custom award, make Jan Promotions your only source for all your ad specialty needs. They can help your small business or big corporation. Free setup and shipping on a wide range of products. Visit janpromotions.com or call 201-641-2803. That's 201-641-2803 or online at janpromotions.com.
And welcome back. Mike Pavlichko, Justin Sontupe at Ray Cipperly Field in East Brunswick. Maybe for the last time, maybe not. Who knows? The new facility opening up at Middlesex College next year. Maybe it'll be there. Maybe it won't. Maybe the sun will be out. Maybe it won't. We've had in and out of the clouds, but a dry day, 62 degrees. And Justin, this should be a good one. We saw, these two weeks ago in the semifinals. Strange to say that, but tell you what, if Ben Faigin is on, it'll certainly be tough. And here's the pitching situation. They've got him and Andre Love for about around 100 pitches each. Andre a little less, Ben a little bit more. And, Old Bridge has guys and Brady Meyer going. So, but as you heard Sean Field say, Ben Faigin may have a little bit of short leash today because this is it. They know there's nothing else to save for. Old Bridge does, but I think they're going to be in a good shape pitching-wise, just in terms of pitch count and all that, with all the guys they have available.
Yeah, Old Bridge has a lot of guys, and it is funny that the teams are in very different situations, right? Monroe's got nothing left after this, so this is it.
This is like being in a state final almost.
A little bit, but Old Bridge still has, but only
for Monroe.
Well, yes, but only
because it's the last game.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But for Old Bridge, it's a different story, and so we'll see how that actually impacts the pitch to pitch, inning to inning management of both teams from both Donahue and Field. And I don't know. I'm not sure if there's an advantage either way. If anything, I feel like that might help Monroe.
One other interesting thing is that Old Bridge played at 1 o'clock yesterday because they had prom at night.
Nice.
So you want to, if you're Old Bridge, it's like, hopefully. So not only do you have the county final right after a state game and then the states next week, but, everybody's excited about going to the prom.
Yeah.
Now everybody's coming down from the prom.
Hopefully the kids adhered to the curfew,
yeah, and not, staying on the shore. Back to the state tournament thing in Central 4. The top seed Old Bridge will face the 4-seed Hightstown in the semifinals next Wednesday. And then 3-seed Hunterdon Central, 7-seed Jackson Township's the other side. Central 1. We could have an all GMC final. Top seed Middlesex gets 5-seed Shore in the semis next Wednesday. And 2nd seed Peeway Magnet, a couple of 5-4 walk-off wins in the tournament and also walked off in the Tech tournament. They're champions too. They will get 3rd seed Point Beach, which lost to Middlesex in the final last year, won the 3 previous finals and lost them in 2021 and 2019 and 2018. I mean, it's just, it's been wacky there. North 2 Group 4. Top seed Ridge will play 5-seed Bridgewater Raritan next Wednesday in the semis. will be up at Basking Ridge for that one. The other semi, third seed Watchung Hills will be at second seed Bayonne. And in North 2, Group 3, fourth seed South Plainfield, which won the battle of the North and South, beat North Plainfield 7-0 after the Canucks beat Matawan in the opening round, their first playoff win in 15 years. South Plainfield goes to the top seed Chatham. The other side will be third seed Cranford and second seed North Hunterdon. And here's the story about Cranford. They beat Summit yesterday, the 11 seed, in 6 innings. Listen to this one. This is the epitome of brutality for the Hilltoppers. A 6-5 game. Cranford leads going into the top half of the 6th inning. Summit gets 2 runs to go up 7-6. And Cranford comes back to take the lead in the next inning and keeps adding on and keeps adding on. They score 11 to walk off in a run rule win, 17-7. They're down 1, and then they win by 10 in that same inning. Holy Moses. All right. Teams are out. Let's get you the starting lineups for this one in the GMC Tournament Championship game. Old Bridge looking for their first title since 2024, so this would be their second in 3 years if they get it. Monroe looking for just their second title overall. They beat Monroe in the 2015 final. They're 1-3 all-time in finals. The Falcons are. The Knights are 3-1. So, for the Monroe Falcons, who will be in the road white pants and purple jerseys, while Old Bridge in the white with purple pinstripes. For Monroe, Justin Mangano leads off the catcher. Ben Faigin, the pitcher, batting second. Left fielder Alex Marcus in the 3 spot. The cleanup hitter, the shortstop, Nico Antoniadis. The third baseman, Matt Linke, follows. And then the second baseman, Michael Chinque, in the 6 spot. 7, 8, and 9, the right fielder, Austin Loudon. The center fielder, Tyler Bacon. And the DH, Kyle Rutan for the first baseman, CJ Luciani. The defensive alignment for Old Bridge, Mike Chiarella at first, Jared Volpe at second, Matt Chin at short, Chris Crossed at third. The outfield left to right, Nick Natale, Matt Levitt, Nico Agostino, and the catcher Adrian Lutomsky for Brady Meyer, who is behind on the mound, 3-2, an ERA of 2.97. Did I get that right? 293. I can't read my own handwriting. 42 strikeouts, 35 walks. He's given up 24 runs, 18 earned in 43 innings pitched. He's tossed 718 pitches. I was doing some research, Justin, on conference tournament champions going back to the 70s and 60s in Somerset, and I was sending Mike Lepore, the South River coach, some stuff, and he said, here's one for you, Colonia, and he had the newspaper article to prove it. Colonia is the early 80s. Middlesex County Tournament semifinals. His dad, who was a coach, took out a pitcher who was getting a little tired. He started the game. 16th inning, he had thrown 189 pitches. We're about to get started. First pitch at 12:08, and standing in, Justin Mangano gets hit right around the waist. And so on one pitch, Old Bridge has the first man on. Brady Meyer maybe a little juiced up there for that first pitch of the ball game. Again at 12:08 p.m. Slightly late start. And now Ben Faigin will stand in. I need the flip-down sunglasses because this is it is popping in and out, although it looks like we're going to get a good stretch of sun here for a while. So Mangano on first, Ben Faigin now at the plate. Lefty hitter, lefty pitcher. That's the reason he's on the mound today over Andre Love, and the first pitch to him, wild outside in the right-handed hitter's batter's box, and that was even further into the box than that pitch that hit Mangano. 1 ball and no strike. So Mangano with 10 stolen bases on the year. Monroe has stolen 58. And Faigin hitting .481, 17 runs batted in. Pitch back on the outside corner, a fastball for a strike, 1-1. Faigin with 2 home runs on the year, and Robert Perfacci with 1. They've hit 3. Old Bridge has hit 8. 1 ball, 1 strike. Meyer deals. Inside tight, 2-1. And Justin, I don't know if I believe this stat. Now, I've talked about what stats get faked a little bit. I don't know if I believe that Old Bridge has 18 stolen bases. They're probably going to be a lot more than that because they do create havoc on the base pass. I feel like I've seen them steal at least 4 in a game. So 2-1 is foul to the backstop, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. So we talked about, I did a Twitter poll, like what is the most, questionable stat in high school sports? Stolen bases, tackles, or rebounds in basketball. It's definitely tackles. But this is the other way. I think Old Bridge has more than 18. Probably have closer to 58 than Monroe has. 2-2 on Faigin. Mangano on first, top of the first. And first pitch, a ground ball over to third. Gobbled up by Crosta to second for one. Throw on to first, not in time. So that will be scored a 6-4 fielder's choice. So Faigin will take the spot of Mangano on first base. And now the left fielder Alex Marcus to the plate with a runner on first and one out. Marcus hitting .289 and a team best 23 runs batted in. And speaking of guys being hit, he's been plunked 15 times. So if Advil were a sponsor, he'd be the one we'd be talking about. Righty hitter deep in the batter's box, breaking ball low and away, and Lutomsky a good job to get quickly out of the crouch and get it. 1 ball, no strikes.
Meyer faced Monroe earlier this year and went 6 innings, gave up just 5 hits in a win for Old Bridge. They're 2-0 against Monroe this season.
Yeah, they won both games, one a little closer and one big. Here's the pitch, runner goes, throw down, gets taken wide. It goes into center field, but well backed up. So Faigin with a stolen base on the year. That is his 22nd stolen base of the year.
Big looping breaking ball was a good pitch for Faigin to run on.
It's now 1-1 count. Meyer with the runner on second. And here's a pitch on the way. On the outside corner for a called strike, 1-1. Faigin over on second base with a steal. One out in the inning. Looks back to second, does Meyer. Now comes to the plate. Pitch is swung on and hit into the gap in left center field for a base hit. Coming over to get it is Levitt. Turning at third is Faigin. He will score easily without a relay throw. It's an RBI single for Alex Marcus in the top of the first. And Monroe has scored first. It's an early 1-0 lead for the Falcons. An RBI single by Alex Marcus to bring in Ben Faigin.
Really good piece of hitting from Marcus. He saw a breaking ball on the pitch before and then looked like he was ready for it. And stayed back, drove that one into left center field, and Faigin's got really good speed. He was able to score easily.
Just how they drew it up, right? Get on base, a stolen base, and a score. Nico Antonitas steps in, rips one foul, pulled down the third base line. No balls and 1 strike. Antonitas .222 on the year, 15 runs batted in. Old Bridge lineup is a little more balanced and less top-heavy than Monroe, who's got Faigin at 481, Mangano 427, Ruiz at 333, and everybody else below 300. 0-1 outside, 1 ball, no strikes. The Knights, meanwhile, have Chin at 427, Chiarella Volpe at 318, Crosta 302, Natali 302, so a little bit more balance. Nobody hitting as big as Faigin. A toss over to first, and Marcus is back. But more guys all around the same number, top to bottom. 1-1 on Antonitas. Meyer from the stretch steals, and it sails high, but it's caught. Back pick over to first, but a little hesitation there by Lutomsky, and it was in the dirt, but nicely grabbed by Chiarella. And Marcus back safely. 2 balls, 1 strike. And we're here in the top of the first. Monroe with a 1-0 lead. Here's the pitch on the way and misses outside. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Well, Mike Meyer has had trouble at times throwing strikes consistently. 35 walks in 43 innings. And sometimes he can lose the strike zone.
That is a little tough. 3-1 now on Antonitas. A big leg kick, pitch, and a swing and a foul up to the backstop. 3-2. There's a lot of cameras up there. Got a couple with microphones and everything. And the little furry cover on top to keep the wind out. But you watch it with us, you get the commentary.
Yeah.
Watch it with them, you get the crowd commentary. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch swung on and fouled over the backstop. And it'll stay 3-2. And a long inning for Brady Meyer here.
Still just 1 out.
Thrown a lot of pitches, too. Double play in order. And the infield will look to turn 2 if they get a ground ball. They did on the Faigin grounder to short, but didn't get the second out. Here's a 3-2. Runner goes, swing and a foul to the backstop. They'll do it again. And this will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. So trying to make Meyer work and get Old Bridge maybe into that bullpen early.
Wind is blowing out today. 2 weeks ago it was blowing way in. So a very different situation for the hitter and for the fielders.
Supposedly 20-mile-an-hour winds and gusting as much as 33. Here's the 3-2 from Meyer. Low and inside, ball 4. He walked him. So Antonitis to first, Marcus up to second. 2 on, 1 out for Matt Linke. And if you are Rutgers fans like we are and always try to think on the bright side, you go, well, forcing any base here.
Well, so what is, Mike, do you know what Meyer's pitch count situation would be if he were to come back and pitch next week for Old Bridge?
Well, it depends on what he does today and also when he would go next week. Here's the first pitch to Linke, and he takes a strike at the knees in the outside corner, 0-1. So if he goes 90 or more, he's got to have 4 days rest, which would leave him out for Wednesday because he'd only have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. But obviously he could go Friday in a final. Nothing in 1, and a breaking ball misses outside, 1-1. But Mason Mule yesterday, complete game, 1 hitter, faced the minimum 27 batters. The 1 hit he gave up was a single that they tried to stretch into a double and got thrown out. So, you know, if you can get half as good as that, you know, next Wednesday, and then everybody else, here's the 1-1. Ooh, a headhunter, and Linke has to duck. It's 2-1.
The reason I ask is, right, this comes into Donahue's management, right? If Meyer doesn't have it, do you make a move sooner rather than later just to preserve him being able to throw on Wednesday in the semi?
Now, anybody else who they throw under 90 in relief, they can come back Wednesday. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. It's swung on and hit in the air to right field. Agostino charging, has to field it on a hop. Holding at second and third are Marcus and Antonitis. Not in that order. And the bases are now loaded. So Antonitis up to second, Marcus at third. And the Falcons on every bag now for Michael Chinque, the second baseman, who is hitting .222 as well, with 8 runs batted in. But he could get almost half of that here with an extra base hit. I just felt a drop, by the way.
Yeah. Maybe just moisture.
Never a dull moment. Pitch is swung on, and it goes to the backstop, and a toss to home as the runner tries to come home. Safe! Sliding in with a steal of home is Marcus on a wild pitch. But it was called a strike technically.
Well, it was a swing and a miss, but it was.
I thought he maybe even got just a hint of it.
No, just a.
All right, so it was a swing and a miss. It was up high. It went to the backstop, and now it's 2-0. Monroe on top.
It bounced right out of Letumsky's glove, and Letumsky kicking himself for the passed ball.
No balls, 1 strike on Chinque. Now runners at second and third, first base open, and a taken ball outside, 1-1. In on the grass at first, Chiarella.
Whole infield is in.
Yeah. Although if he hits it hard, can get by someone. Here's a 1-1 pitch. That one drops in the strike zone, 1-2, just on the outside corner. But so many times you'll see a guy maybe struggle a little early and then kind of settle in. So it's only the first inning. I think if this is the third or the fourth, maybe has a shorter leash. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Chinque. Here's the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. A huge out. First strikeout for Brady Meyer. Now with 2 down, second and third. It brings up the right fielder, Austin Luden. Loudon on the season is hitting .226, 3 runs batted in. He's got 2 in scoring position now. He's a little guy, but all you got to do is put it in play. The infield has dropped back a little bit. Pick up a couple of raindrops here. He swings first pitch off the end of the bat from the lefty, foul, out of play over the third base dugout. Nothing in 1. Yeah, and don't forget to bring the foul balls back. I know, right? Justin's got his hands out like that umpire in that famous painting. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch on the way, and it's in there for a called strike, 0-2. Well, the forecast had about a 7% chance, but if I had a 7% chance of getting food poisoning at a restaurant, I probably wouldn't go, but here's the 0-2. It's high outside. It goes to the backstop, then bounces luckily down the third base line into foul territory, so it keeps the runner at third, Antonitis, from going anywhere because it was right between him and the catcher, Lutomsky. That's a oh man. If that goes down the first base line, he's coming home.
Yeah,
but that bounded off a pole.
I think Antonitis probably could have gotten home too. He just did not read it great.
He might have been able to because he would have passed
Yeah.
Lutomsky going to get the ball.
Exactly.
And he would have to turn around and throw. 1-2 in the dirt, blocked well. 1-2 now on Loudon. Which clouds are we getting? Those ones over there. And then it's kind of clearer back that way. I think it was down to a 0% chance around 1 o'clock. So we just got to get through the next 40 minutes or so. The 2-2, swing and a miss. Fastball, strike 3, and that ends the inning. And Brady Meyer, who kind of struggled through that one a little bit, a few hits, an infield hit, a hit batter to lead it off, and a walk, limits the damage to just 2 runs on 2 hits. We had 1 walk, 1 hit batter. There was a fielder's choice, no errors, and 2 left on base. We played a half an inning, and Monroe has a 2-0 lead over Old Bridge as the Knights come up to bat in the bottom of the first here on Central Jersey Sports Radio.
If you're serious about the game of baseball, Baseball Warehouse is serious about you. For over 20 years, Baseball Warehouse in Highland Park is the place to go for great instruction. Led by former New Jersey College baseball coach and current Colorado Rockies scout Mike Garlotti, Baseball Warehouse features instructors who are also high school coaches. They're not a baseball factory, they're a baseball school. You'll learn the finer points of the fundamentals to improve your game. They have summer camps and spring, summer, and fall teams. Call them at 732-249-8884. That's 732-249-8884. Or visit them online at baseballwarehousenj.com. That's baseballwarehousenj.com.
2-0 Monroe as we head to the bottom half of the first inning. And now the lineup for the Old Bridge Knights. Leading off the third baseman, Chris Costa, the shortstop, Matt Chin, and the second baseman, Jared Volpe. Eric Schickschneid in the DH spot. In the 4 spot, cleanup hitter in the order, followed by the first baseman Mike Chiarella and the left fielder Nick Natali. In center, Matt Levitt batting 7th, the catcher Adrian Lutomsky hitting 8th, and the pitcher Brady Meyer batting 9th. In the defensive alignment for Monroe, first to third, C.J. Luciani, Michael Chinque, Nico Antonitis, and Matt Linke over at third. The outfield left to right, Alex Marcus, Tyler Bacon, Austin Loudon, and Justin Mangano behind the plate. For Ben Faigin on the mound, 6-1, 1.18 ERA. What if 12 strikeouts last week, 2 weeks ago in the semifinals? 13, you're right.
A baker's dozen.
Yes. The highlight, I think,
kept one for himself.
The highlight, I think, was 12. The final was 13. But an impressive performance from him last week. They get anything close to that this week in this game, and the 2-0 lead might be enough for Monroe.
If they get anything close to that this game, we might as well just head home.
Saw Lucas White a few years ago for Monroe throw a no-hitter in the quarterfinals at North Brunswick Community Park. Who knows? Maybe they've got one in again. Otherwise, we all go home. Love the Old Bridge jerseys, by the way, with the pinstripes and knights across the front in script. Just such a classic jersey and a great color. Of course, purple, and both of these have purple. And there you go. So Chris Costa standing in to lead it off for Old Bridge. He's hitting .307, 13 runs batted in, and a home run. And Monroe with 2 in the top of the first to take a 2-0 lead. Here's the first pitch, a swing and a miss at a nasty fastball with some movement, and it's 0-1. And if the first pitch from Faigin is anything like what the rest will be, he's off to a good start. A lefty will wind up, slow leg kick deals, right down the middle for a called strike, 0-2.
Faigin did struggle against Old Bridge earlier this year. Went 2 2/3, gave up 6 runs and 5 earned in a 9-5 Old Bridge win on April 23rd. One of the 2 wins for Old Bridge against Monroe this season.
And Andre Love pitched in that other game as well. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 3 pitches and 3 strikes. Chris Costa down on strikes to lead it off, and Matt Chin, the shortstop, will come to the plate. Well, Andre Love lost that second game. Both could have gone today. Sean Field, with no game to play after this in the States, elected to go with Faigin. And one of the reasons was knowing how aggressive Old Bridge is on the base paths, and that's why I was talking about, 18 stolen bases probably not being an accurate number. Being a lefty, he can keep more of an eye on those runners on first base and not worry about the base pass. Now the pitch, it just misses outside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, now we're getting like some sprinkles. And not the kind you get at Magnifico's out on Route 18, the ice cream place. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch swung on and hit in the air to center field. A line drive. Bacon going back, but gets under it and makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Second out of the inning. And they bring up the second baseman, Jared Volpe. The cousin of the Yankee. And he is hitting .318 on the year, 14 runs batted in. So, easy to tell the players out on the field since they get a different number, but both in purple, and I usually color code the stats, and I'm just trying to get set to that too. First pitch to Volpe, the righty, and he takes for a called strike. 0-1. At least they're both not wearing purple tops. Here's the 0-1 now. Swing and a miss. Nasty breaking ball. 0-2. Last for the semifinals, Middlesex wore blue with white pinstripes, and Monroe had the purple. And when everybody's running around the bases, it's a little tricky to tell and adjust your eyes to it. No balls, 2 strikes now in Volpe. D.H. Schickschneit, cleanup hitter on deck. The 0-2. Swing and a miss and a nasty rising fastball. Strike 3, and it's a 1-2-3 for Faigin at the top of the first. No runs, hits, errors. Nobody left for Old Bridge. We played 1, and it's the Falcons 2, Old Bridge 0. You're listening to the GMC Jim Muldowney Championship Tournament Final on Central Jersey Sports Radio.
If you're looking for branded merchandise, look no further than Jan Promotions. For over 40 years, they've been serving all of New Jersey with thousands of items to suit your needs and your budget. They've got everything from tech items like flash drives to bags, mugs, glasses, and sports bottles. From a 50-cent keychain to a glistening $500 custom award, make Jan Promotions your only source for all your ad specialty needs. They can help your small business or big corporation. Free setup and shipping on a wide range of products. Visit janpromotions.com or call 201-641-2803. That's 201-641-2803 or online at janpromotions.com.
At the Sportsplex at Metuchen. They're your local indoor sports facility, catering to all ages for an immersive sporting experience. Whether it's leagues and classes or birthday parties and camps, their multi-sport summer camps run throughout the summer. Register your child now at sportsplexatmetuchen.com for a safe and fun-filled sports camp, offering early drop-off and aftercare. Visit sportsplexatmetuchen.com or call 732-494-3000 for the Sportsplex at Metuchen.
Mike Pavlichko, Justin Sontupe back at Ray Cipperly Field in East Brunswick, New Jersey at East Brunswick Magnet School. Field looks great, in good shape after all of weekend rain last weekend, Memorial Day weekend. I'm sure that made for a fun couple of days down in LBI for you?
No. The weather was not, it was still fine, but the weather was not great.
No, it was not. Didn't even get too much of a pause in it. It rained constantly. 8-9-1 for Monroe here in the top of the second. And the first pitch from Tyler Bacon misses low and outside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. The downside of the video is if we blow a call, they're going to know it. Just thinking about that. 1-0 to Bacon, misses outside for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes.
It's good. It holds us accountable.
That's right. So if I say a breaking ball, it darn well better be a breaking ball. 2-0 pitch, up high in sight. Look out, 3-0. unless it's a foul down the line, which we don't quite have in the camera angle because it's mounted up on the backstop, 3-0, taken all the way, striking the outside corner, 3-1, and we just can't get back further to get that wide an angle of the field. So if you wonder why we're not doing football and basketball, that's the reason why. 3-1. Misses outside ball 4. Bacon aboard with a leadoff walk. So the first batter last inning hit by a pitch, and now the first batter this inning for Monroe with a 5-pitch walk. And it brings up the DH, Kyle Rutan. Rutan hitting 200 on the year, just 3 of 15, but gets a chance here in the lineup against Old Bridge. And a 2-0 lead already for the Falcons. We're now in the top of the second. Here's the pitch. Runner goes, pitch high, and then dropped, trying to make the exchange to his throwing hand, Lutomsky, so it's a stolen base for Bacon. And that is his 6th of the year.
Well, Rutan at the plate, Mike, was hitting 500 on JV and then was brought up just a couple weeks ago and has played in 4 or 5 games now for Monroe.
Get a little bit of depth. Look back to second by Meyer. Then he steps off. Everybody gets back, but no throw. Shortstop Matt Chin racing to the bag behind Bacon. It's a 1-0 count on Rutan. Top of the order, Mangano is due up next. A 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss, a fastball, 1-1. Good heat on that from Meyer. I think the drops have stopped. Starting to get some blue opening up.
Where's the wood to knock?
It's aluminum, but it'll knock my head. 1-1. Swung on, ground ball left side. Coming over to field is Chin. He waits for the runner, throws to first. They got him the pick in the dirt. No throw back over to third. Advancing there is Bacon on the play. So score that one 6-3. Good job there by Crosta to kind of wait, but or Chin, excuse me. But eventually you got to make a long throw, and eventually the runner's going to take off.
Yeah, it was a nice job. Good base running by Bacon, and it's going to force Old Bridge to bring the infield in once again.
Now Mangano at the plate, hit by the first pitch of the game from Meyer, and this one sails high, almost over Lutomsky. Has to get out. 1 ball, no strikes. Well, here's the thing about the look back, too. Let's say you don't, and he goes and you throw it wide from short to first base, or it gets past, that runner's coming home.
Yeah.
At least you hold him to 1 base. 1-0 pitch, swung on and hit in the air in the gap to right center. Agostino coming over, should score a run. He catches, runner tags. Coming home is Bacon. The cutoff made by the first baseman Chiarella, but no throw home. Bacon home with the 3rd run of the game. It's a sac fly to right and an RBI for Justin Mangano, and it is 3-0 Monroe in the top of the second.
I'll tell you what, Justin Mangano is really a clutch hitter. So far in this GMC tournament, 8 for 13 with now 5 RBIs. He had the game-winning RBI double in the GMC semis as well.
And now here's Ben Faigin. He takes the first pitch, inside corner at the knees for a called strike. No balls, 1 strike. 3-0 Falcons here in the top of the second. 3 runs on 2 hits. The pitch swung on and hit to the gap in left center. Is that one going to get down? It will, as a left fielder, Natali misplayed it. Not sure if he got a glove on it. It'll be a 1-out single for Ben Faigin. I don't know. Did you think he got a glove? No, so no error. We'll give him a hit. That'll be the 3rd of the game.
I think that's going to be an error,
They gave him an error? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He should have caught that.
He should have. He was right in that area. So an Old Bridge error. First of the game.
Courtesy runner now.
All right, Robert Perfacci, whose dad I met last week because we played on my Little League and Babe Ruth League teams together over in Monroe. And my dad was the coach of that team, and we had to reminisce about a little stuff a couple weeks ago. So now Perfacci on first, the courtesy runner for Faigin. Marcus at the plate. An RBI single to open the scoring in the first, and he scored, and he swings and fouls it off third base side on the ground. No balls, 1 strike. So Old Bridge won a state tournament game yesterday at 1 o'clock, had prom, now here in the final. Monroe lost a state tournament game, and this will be their last, the 0-1. It's up high, 1 ball, 1 strike. So there's a little unique situation. And again, they used to play it where the GMC final was during the state tournament, and you always had to figure it out, but they decided they didn't want to do that. This time we just got forced by Mother Nature. 1-1, runner goes, pitch up high. Lutomsky has trouble handling it. Stolen base for Pavlichko. And that is his 3rd of the year. It's a 2-1 count now on Marcus. Meyer looking in. Here's the pitch. Sails up high. He is having all kinds of control problems today. And now you do start to wonder how soon Matt Donahue is going to stay with him, or how long he'll stay with him, how soon he might pull him. We haven't had any action in the bullpen in a right field line, or at least there's not right now. And home plate umpire Anthony Alleman had to say something over to the Old Bridge dugout. Not sure what it was. Anthony Alleman behind the plate calling balls and strikes. Tim LaCrasse at first. Emilio Calderon at second. Omar Ricurio over at third. Three balls, 1 strike, and time is called. We had the 4 base umpires in the Somerset County tournament, and the final call, a forced play at second. Well, an umpire out of position. 3-1 up high, ball 4, and he walked Marcus. So now it's 1st and 2nd. 3-0 Monroe. And now we've got a mound visit from Matt Donahue. Now, the other thing here is you might not see anybody in bullpen if we see somebody like Crosta come in to pitch, because he's in the infield.
The umpire has a word with Sean Field, too. I wonder what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, sometimes they'll talk to both coaches and give them a warning about the chatter, because you can't direct to any player. You got to kind of keep it about your own team. All right.
Well, I know Sean Field and Matt Donahue are good friends, too.
Yeah, I mean, listen, and sometimes it's, you know, the players.
Yeah.
We'll get into, you know, whatever they're doing. You know, listen, it's a championship game. Everything, you know, the tensions can run high. So here's Nico Antonides with 2 on, 1 out. And here's the pitch on the way. Swung and line foul and almost took the head off of Field at third. My goodness. Three to nothing Falcons here, top of the 2nd. First and 2nd for Monroe. There are 2 outs in the inning. Here's the pitch on the way, and it misses low for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. I'm trying to figure out what we got here. Okay. Just wrote something wrong in my book. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch on the way, right down the middle for another strike, 1-2. So Pavlichko on second. He stole second. Marcus walked. 2 down to the inning. And it's 1-2 on Nico Antonides, and Meyer a strike from getting out of this inning without any further damage. The pitch just misses up high and outside, 2-2. Tense here early. And you also have to think about Faigin sitting on the bench in the dugout here for a while. And he's not on the bases either with the courtesy runner Pavlichko. But you sit through these long innings, you come up fired up in that first inning, then you got to sit a while. 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Antonitis down on strikes for the third out of the inning. That is also the third strikeout for Meyer. But another run in, and without the benefit of a hit. There was one error. There were 2 walks, but no hits. 1 run and 2 left on base. Monroe has left 4 through the first 2 innings, but they lead it by the score of 3-0. Head to the bottom of the second next on Central Jersey Sports Radio.
Are you looking for a sports award for your team or one of your players? Forget about trophies and go to Ball Stars. Custom sports balls for football, basketball, and more. And they're on Oprah's favorite customized gift list. Printed right here in the USA to catch all your memories. They're a perfect personalized gift for a coach, team, or a player, and they're the official award supplier of Central Jersey Sports Radio. They do all our postseason awards for basketball, baseball, and football. And the Bellamy & Son Paving Players of the Week. Everyone is wowed when they see them. And they're also great as wedding gifts, table centerpieces, or party favors. Ball Stars creates a custom proof with your art, logo, or text. You approve and it's shipped in 2 business days or less from Kansas. Ball Stars, official award supplier of Central Jersey Sports Radio. Go to cjsportsradio.com, click the ad, and get your very own custom sports award from Ball Stars.
Going to the bottom half of the second in the Jim Muldowney GMC Tournament Championship game. Mike Pavlichko, Justin Sontupe with you at Ray Cipperly Field at East Brunswick Magnet School, right off of Summerhill Road, the now shuttered Brunswick Square Mall behind us. All 3 runs earned, by the way, to Brady Meyer. The error came after the sac fly RBI by Justin Mangano. 4-5-6 for Ulbridge. Schickschneit to lead it off, and he swings and fouls it off the end of the bat. First base side out of play. No balls and 1 strike. Schickschneit hitting .211. 8 runs batted in and 1 home run. Matt Chin, Michael Chiarella each with 2. And then 4 guys with 1 each. The 0-1 from Faigin. And that one misses low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Chris Costa, Harry Denny, Schickschneit, and Rocco Placino, all with 1 home run each on the year. 1-1 coming to Schickschneit, and that one misses low. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Well, maybe Faigin is a little bit stiff after sitting in the dugout for a long time.
Yeah. 2-1 the count. And here's the pitch on the way from Faigin. Called strike on the outside corner at the knees, 2-2. Big strike zone, of course, for Schickschneit because he is a big dude.
He is. 6'4".
Yeah. Twirls the bat. Faigin from the stretch. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. It was kind of a check swing, but easily to make the call that he went. And that is the 3rd strikeout for Faigin. 4 batters he has faced, and it brings up the first baseman, Mike Chiarella, who's also a big dude. He might also be around 6'4", maybe 6'3". Big wide stance. Chiarella hitting .318, 13 runs batted in, and a couple of dingers. First pitch from Faigin. Called strike at the knees on the corner. No balls, 1 strike. A mostly dry day. 0-1 pitch from Faigin. Swings and hits it hard to right field. Loudon coming in a couple steps, makes the catch for the 2nd out of the inning. So only 9 pitches through that first inning. 6 so far here in the second, as Faigin is locked in and focused. Takes a little longer between pitches. And he's got that little hesitation in the windup, but he can throw some heat.
And I think he kind of experiments a little bit with hesitating more and more depending on the pitch and the situation.
First pitch to Natali. He takes it inside corner for a called strike, 0-1.
There are times where he goes into his windup and then he really holds before firing.
302 batting average, 5 RBIs. And Faigin deals an 0-1. Swing and a miss. Maybe a foul tip into the catcher's mitt. Yep. No balls, 2 strikes. don't know if cruising is the right word. Maybe cruising more than on fire. He's just kind of taking his time, slow pace. Now a big pause there, the 0-2. Breaking ball just missed, 1 and 2.
This is something I saw him do to strike out Volpe in the first inning. Saw him do a couple times 2 weeks ago. When he gets a hitter 0-2 or something like that, nobody's on base, he holds and then throws his fastball to try to give the allure that the ball's coming even harder.
1-2 now. Missed up high and outside, 2 and 2.
Yeah, all a tactic to keep the hitters off balance.
Now, the technical aspects of doing play-by-play and color commentary is the color guy kind of stops as the pitcher's about to come set, but I get a lot of extra time with this little delay in the lineup to set it up. So you got some extra time. Here's a 2-2 to Natale. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that is the final out of the inning. The 4th strikeout in the game for Ben Faigin, who is locked in, has faced the minimum through 2. A 1-2-3 inning, no runs, hits, errors, nobody left. We have played 2. Justin Sontupe back with the play-by-play for innings 3 and 4 when we come back. 3-0 Monroe over Old Bridge in the GMC Tournament Championship game on Central Jersey Sports Radio.
Hi, I'm Warren Bennett, president of the NJSFU State Federation of Umpires, the Mickey Sedlak chapter. Our goal is to develop and improve our members' knowledge, skills, professionalism, and confidence. We cover high school baseball and softball in the GMC and other surrounding counties. We also cover various rec, local youth leagues, USA softball, travel leagues, and men's leagues, including assigning and working the Last Dance tournament. We have college, high school, little league umpires on staff, and we are also proud to give back by umpiring events like the Autism Awareness Challenge, Little League Buddy Ball, and the Wounded Warrior Charity Foundation. To find out more or to become an umpire, visit njsfu.org. That's njsfu.org.
Mike Pavlichko, Justin Sontupe back at Ray Cipperly Field in East Brunswick. And the sun has come out, and I think any chance of a little spritz here is mostly gone now. I think we're just going to get some of the white puffy ones. That's what the forecast was calling for. We got a couple of brief sprinkles, but that was it.
All right. Anyway, Matthew Linke, Michael Chinkway, Austin Loudon are due up here in the 3rd inning for Monroe. They're in front 3-0. Brady Meyer back to the mound. He's struggled a little bit with his control so far. A couple walks in that last inning. Already has walked 3 batters through 2 innings and facing a 3-0 deficit with Ben Faigin having his best stuff on the mound on the other side. First pitch, fastball on the outside corner, a called strike. Matthew Linke singled back in the 1st inning. That missed upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 for Meyer. Fly ball left field pretty deep. Drifting back Natale. It's over his head and up against the wall. Racing in the second with a 1-hop double is Matthew Linke, who's now 2 for 2 today. And look, we talked about it a little earlier. The wind always seems to be a factor here at East Brunswick Magnet. 2 weeks ago, the wind was blowing in. I mean, it made pop-ups difficult to field. Eric Schicksnight hit a ball that looked like it was destined for the parking lot, and it ended up landing on the warning track. Today, it's totally different. The wind's blowing out, and Linke ripped it, and it carried all the way to the fence. Got up over the head of Natale. Michael Chinkway struck out in the 1st. He's the next batter. Monroe looking to tack some more on. They lost in the state tournament last night, so this is it. This will be the season finale one way or another for Monroe. Pitch from Meyer. Fastball misses upstairs, 1-0. Chinkway did square around a bunt. Not sure he had any intention of offering. But for Old Bridge, they will play in the state tournament Wednesday and then potentially again on Friday. So their season continues on no matter what happens here this afternoon. Ball and no strikes. Linke at second after the leadoff double. The pitch. That's taken outside for ball 2. Chinkway once again squares around. There's been traffic in every inning. The leadoff man has reached in every inning for Monroe. Scored 2 runs in the 1st, And a run in the second. And then the leadoff man aboard Linky with a double here in the third. Out of the stretch, Meyer. Chinquay squares around, takes this one on the outside corner, a called strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. Well, Chiarella is way in on the grass at first base, prepping for the bunt. 2 balls and a strike. Waiting for Chinquay to square around. I'm not sure he will. Chiarella way in. Chinquay does square around. Pops it up. And it's right behind home plate. Letumsky never saw it. And it falls in foul ground. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So now Chinquay will likely be swinging the bat. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Linky the runner at second. Righty on righty. Meyer working out of the stretch. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball in there. Called strike 3. Started at Chinquay's hip and then turned right over the middle of the plate. Nasty stuff from Meyer. That's his 4th strikeout. And Chinquay struck out for the 2nd time this afternoon. Well, here's Austin Loudon, left-hand batter. Struck out back in the 1st. Linky leads off of second base. Meyer out of the stretch. Pitch. And a bunt goes foul. Loudon, .226 hitter. Just 3 runs batted in this season. 9 singles and 3 doubles for the right fielder. Pitch. Popped up. Shallow left field, drifting towards foul ground, might fall, and it does! Natali unable to hold on because Linky was forced to hold up at second. He goes to third. But getting all the way to second base is Loudon, and we'll see how they score it, if it's going to be a double or if it's going to be an error. And it will be an error against Natali. That's his 2nd error already. That was a tough play with the wind blowing. But it puts Monroe in business once again with 2 in scoring position and just 1 out.
Feels like the wind makes it an adventure every day here.
I was just saying that, Mike. But the bunt attempt popped up. Chiarella's there on the foul line at first base. And so that's a popped out failed bunt attempt by Tyler Bacon, so they're 2 away. Just saying that, Mike. Like it's
Read your mind.
Yeah.
Maybe I heard you. But no.
It always seems to be a factor here at East Brunswick Magnet.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago it was blown in. And
Even we saw New Brunswick here a couple weeks ago. Not you, but
yeah.
me and Nick Hart.
So here's Kyle Rutan with 2 in scoring position. Myers pitch, fastball high. Terrific play by Letumsky just to keep it from getting to the backstop. It's taken 1 ball and no strikes. So a big spot for Kyle Rutan. Monroe already up 3-0, looking for some added insurance. Rutan spent most of the year on the junior varsity team where he hit .500. And since being called up to varsity, has been mainly hitting out of that 9 spot. The 1-0. Line drive, left field line. That's down. Extra bases. 1 run is in. Here comes Loudon. And pulling in at second with a 2-run double is Kyle Rutan. And it's 5-0 Monroe.
Well, there have been some adventures, but there was no doubt about that one that Natali was not going to get it down the line. Oh, my goodness.
What a job by Kyle Rutan. Came up from JV just a couple weeks ago, and that's a huge piece of hitting there. Rutan just his 3rd and 4th RBIs of the season, and that will lead to a pitching change for Old Bridge. We'll get the details when we come back. It's 5-0 Monroe, top half of the 3rd inning. You're listening to Central Jersey Sports Radio.
The Sportsplex at Metuchen is your local indoor sports facility, catering to all ages for an immersive sporting experience. Whether it's leagues and classes or birthday parties and camps, register your child now at sportsplexatmetuchen.com for a safe and fun-filled sports camp offering early drop-off and aftercare. Camps run throughout the summer. There's also open gym on the courts and turf. Just check their Instagram page for dates and times. Visit sportsplexatmetuchen.com or call 732-494-3000 for the Sportsplex at Metuchen.
When you have a paving job, large or small, call Bellamy & Son Paving for a job done right. Residential or commercial, they do driveways, parking lots, plus excavation, prep work, and stone paving. Bellamy & Son will provide you with a free estimate, and they're fully insured. Call them at 732-968-5999. That's 732-968-5999. Or visit BellamyandSonPaving.net. Bellamy & Son Paving, sponsor of the high school basketball Top 10 rankings. Look for them every week on CJSportsRadio.com. Bellamy & Son Paving, a founding sponsor of Central Jersey Sports Radio.
Back at Ray Cipperly Field, Justin Sontupe, Mike Pavlichko. It's a 5-0 lead now for Monroe. Pitching change for Old Bridge, Chris Crosta replacing Brady Meyer. Volpe will head to third base. Meyer moves to second base as Crosta takes the pitcher's mound. Crosta this season, 3-3 with a 3.36 ERA, 25 innings pitched, 19 strikeouts and 17 walks for the senior.
2 1/3 for Meyer.
Yep.
4 hits. So
3 walks.
What did they give? Did they give one of those to left field a hit?
I think there are two. There are 2 errors. The first one was a clean double from Linky to
so
lead
they
off
gave that a double. Okay,
and
gotcha.
then Loudon's fly ball down the left field line
that
was ruled an error.
One, yeah,
but I think it could have been a hit also. First pitch from Cross is a breaking ball. It misses outside. Justin Mangano's the batter.
Could both have been errors or no? You think the first
no,
one?
The first one was a clean double.
Okay, all right.
And then the second one, I don't know. It's a tough day. The 1-0. Mangano rips it left center field. Going back is Natali. This is over his head again. Coming home and scoring is Rutan. Actually, check that. Instead of Rutan, it's a pinch runner who came in for Rutan.
And that'll be 12 in the purple. There we go, Giovanni Yamani.
Well, Yamani scores the run. Mangano rips the double. His ridiculous GMC tournament continues. Now 9 for 14 with 6 RBIs in the GMC tournament for Mangano. Wow. And you can officially close the book, too, on Meyer.
Yep.
6 runs. I'm not sure how many of them are earned.
I'm going to say
4? 3?
5?
Well, I think there at least
the error in the second didn't affect it. So
didn't?
That was an earned run because it came after the sac RBI.
Yep. All right, so yeah, I think 5.
And then the 3 in this inning, well, except for and then 3 in this inning and 1 was an error.
Yeah. That
he got on. The first you said was a clean hit, and that one was also a single.
And he would have, in the
that was over his head.
Yeah, I think it's 5 earned.
Yep, 6 runs, 5 earned, 3 walks, a hit batter, and 3 strikeouts.
So a courtesy runner comes in for Mangano. Looks like number 23. Can't tell.
And that'll be Siddharth Desai. Let's get the old binoculars out.
And then Faigin intentionally walked, and there's another courtesy runner. Profaci is in at first base as the courtesy runner for Faigin. So Marcus is the batter. 2 on, 2 outs. 6-0 Monroe. Fly ball right field. This is pretty deep. Making the catch in right field was, I think it might have been
Agostino still out there?
I'm not sure because there was a change at first base.
Yeah, we'll figure. Well,
we're
we'll
going to have to get a lot
sorted
out. We head to the bottom of the third, and it is 6-0 Monroe.
Are you looking for a sports award for your team or one of your players? Forget about trophies and go to Ball Stars. Custom sports balls for football, basketball, and more. And they're on Oprah's favorite customized gift list. Printed right here in the USA to catch all your memories. They're a perfect personalized gift for a coach, team, or a player, and they're the official award supplier of Central Jersey Sports Radio. They do all our postseason awards for basketball, baseball, and football. And the Bellamy & Son Paving Players of the Week. Everyone is wowed when they see them. And they're also great as wedding gifts, table centerpieces, or party favors. Ball Stars creates a custom proof with your art, logo, or text. You approve and it's shipped in 2 business days or less from Kansas. Ball Stars, official award supplier of Central Jersey Sports Radio. Go to cjsportsradio.com, click the ad, and get your very own custom sports award from Ball Stars.
Back at Ray Cipperly Field, middle of the 3rd inning, it's 6-0 Monroe. They have scored in every inning thus far. Ben Faigin back to the mound. He's yet to allow a base runner. And there were a handful of changes there from Old Bridge that we're going to try to get sorted out. Mike's heading over there to the dugout to try to get everything lined up for us. Looks like Sean Fields having a conversation with the home plate umpire, too, to get it all sorted out. It is 6-0, and Ben Faigin is back to the mound. He struck out 4 of the first 6 hitters he's faced. Matt Levitt will be the batter for Old Bridge as they look to rally and get back into this thing. Bottom of the 3rd inning. This is the GMC championship game. Old Bridge has won 12 straight, 15 of 16. They've been red hot, but Monroe has just been clicking in GMC tournament play. The pitch from Faigin. Popped straight up. And Mangano, oh, what a catch! Battling the wind, battling the sun towards the backstop. I had to keep an eye on it, too, to make sure it wasn't going to come find me, but Mangano with an incredible play. Ditched the mask, battled the elements, and made a diving catch drifting towards the 3rd base dugout. And that's the first out of the 3rd inning. Adrian Latumsky, the catcher, now the batter, lefty on lefty. Breaking ball, first pitch is in for a called strike from Ben Faigin. Faigin, junior southpaw, having just a terrific year for Monroe. The 0-1. Fastball misses upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. Sun really starting to sneak away from the clouds. When it's cloudy and breezy, it has been quite chilly this afternoon, but the sun makes it a really comfortable temperature. The 1-1 misses low, 2 balls and a strike. Now Faigin with his left-handed delivery. Fastball, breaking ball. Both of them plus pitches. The 2-1. Fastball just low. Taken for a ball, 3-1. I believe first 3-ball count of the afternoon, too, for Faigin. 3-1. That's outside, ball 4. So Adrian Latumsky draws the walk, doesn't swing the bat once, and he's the first base runner of the afternoon for the Knights. So now Brady Meyer,
second baseman, number 43, Brady Meyer.
Now playing second base. It's the starting pitcher this afternoon. A courtesy runner as well. Latumsky comes out. And Harry Denny enters as the courtesy runner. Meyer, a .246 batting average. Meyer out of the stretch. Check that. Faigin out of the stretch for the first time. Fastball in at the knees for a called strike, 0-1. Old Bridge in white uniforms, purple pinstripes, purple numbers. Monroe, purple up top, white on the bottom. Monroe in black with gold numbers and gold trim. The 0-1 from Faigin. Fouled off to the right. Out of play. No balls and 2 strikes. Two runs for Monroe in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the third. They've built a 6-0 lead. 6 runs, 5 hits, no errors. For Monroe, no runs, no hits, 2 errors for Oldbridge at this point. And it's been a tough day for Natalia in left field battling the elements. The 0-2. That's upstairs, taken for a ball, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Faigin out of the stretch. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball, grounded softly towards second. And a nice job over there at second base by Chinque. Makes the sliding play, the throw to first in time, and Denny will move over to second base.
Now batting for Oldbridge, the pitcher, number 2, Chris Crosta.
Back to the top of the lineup, Brady Meyer, who was pulled as the starting pitcher for Chris Crosta. Now hands off to Chris Crosta in the lineup as Crosta will bat for the second time. Struck out in the first. Started the game at third. He's now on the mound. The first pitch from Faigin. Swing and a miss. Big cut from Crosta. Looking to do some immediate damage. Trying to pull Oldbridge back within 4 with 1 swing. It is 6-0 here in the bottom of the third. Faigin out of the stretch. Comes set, 0-1. Taken on the outside corner for a called strike. Good fastball from Faigin, 0-2. Crosta struck out in 3 pitches in the first. Faigin out of the stretch. The 0-2. Fastball misses upstairs. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Adrian Letumsky walked. First base runner of the game for Oldbridge. Harry Denny came on as the courtesy runner. He takes an aggressive lead off of second base. Antonitis staying with him. Here's Faigin out of the stretch. The 1-2. Swing and a miss and a breaking ball. Strike 3. Crosta down swinging for the second time this afternoon. It's the 5th strikeout for Ben Faigin. No runs and no hits. There were no errors, and the 1 man left aboard. We've played 3. It's Monroe 6, Oldbridge nothing. You're listening to the GMC Final on Central Jersey Sports Radio.
If you're serious about the game of baseball, Baseball Warehouse is serious about you. For over 20 years, Baseball Warehouse in Highland Park is the place to go for great instruction. Led by former New Jersey College baseball coach and current Colorado Rockies scout Mike Garlotti, Baseball Warehouse features instructors who are also high school coaches. They're not a baseball factory, they're a baseball school. You'll learn the finer points of the fundamentals to improve your game. They have summer camps and spring, summer, and fall teams. Call them at 732-249-8884. That's 732-249-8884. Or visit them online at baseballwarehousenj.com. That's baseballwarehousenj.com.
At the Sportsplex at Metuchen. They're your local indoor sports facility, catering to all ages for an immersive sporting experience. Whether it's leagues and classes or birthday parties and camps, there are multi-sport summer camps run throughout the summer. Register your child now at sportsplexatmetuchen.com for a safe and fun-filled sports camp, offering early drop-off and aftercare. Visit sportsplexatmetuchen.com or call 732-494-3000 for the Sportsplex at Metuchen.
Back at Ray Cipperly Field, GMC Championship game, a terrific start for Monroe. They lead at 6-0 as we head to the 4th inning. Chris Crosta back to the mound for Oldbridge. Came on in relief for Brady Meyer, who did not have it this afternoon.
So right now out in left field is Agostino.
Okay.
He moved to left. Who do we have in
Leading off the
right?
I don't know.
I'm going to get it in a second. Move your hand. Put your arm down, kid. It's covering the number.
Nico Antonitis will lead things off for Monroe. First pitch is a ball from Crosta. New first baseman as well for Old Bridge. We'll get it in a second. Pitch misses inside, 2-0. The first baseman for Old Bridge is A.J. Szynski, sophomore. The 2-0. Popped up, left field. Drifting back is Agostino, and he makes the catch in front of the track. That's the first out. You can really see that ball is carrying. Looked like a pop-up and drifted all the way back towards the warning track. And the wind continues to blow towards left field.
So that's Agostino. Levitt is still in center.
So they moved Agostino to right field.
Third baseman, number 10, Matthew.
So Agostino's in left field.
To left field.
Yep, from right field.
Is
Is it Chiarella maybe who's playing
I think,
first base?
yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay. The first pitch misses outside to Matthew Linke, who's having a really good day so far. 2 for 2, a single and a double.
Well, Natalia's had some trouble playing the ball out in left field.
Yep. Line shot right field, and coming on to make the sliding catch is Chiarella. Nice play on a hard hit ball from Linke. And that's the second out of the inning. So Chiarella started the game at first base. And he's been moved to right field, so they took Natalia out of the game after some of his troubles in left field.
Michael Sinque.
And so now here's Chinque, who's had a tough go of it at the plate. Struck out in the first, struck out in the third. Now facing Crosta. First pitch misses outside, ball 1. Well, Monroe has scored in every inning. They had the leadoff man aboard in every inning until this 4th inning. Quickly 2 retired. Crosta working exclusively out of the stretch, the 1-0. Taken outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Chinque, right-hand hitter. Crosta, right-hand pitcher. Crosta taking his time. Here's the 2-0. Line shot left field. That's a base hit. A clean single through the left side for Chinque. And so Monroe in business once again with 2 away here in the 4th. Austin Loudon, the batter, struck out in the 1st. Reached on an error by Natali in the 3rd on what was a tough play. High pop fly down the left field line that the wind made dance all kinds of different directions. Pitch from Crosta. Misses outside, 1-0. Chinque at first. Not much of a threat to steal. Just 2 of them this season. He runs here. The pitch in the dirt, the throw down is not in time. Chinque beats the tag from Chin. Barely. It was a good throw by Letumsky on one hop, but Chinque picks up his 3rd stolen base of the season. Monroe continues to be super aggressive on the base pass. 1 ball and 1 strike is the count. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Count 1-2. Crosta working out of the stretch. A 6-0 lead for Monroe. The pitch, and this is low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. With 2 outs here in the top of the 4th, Monroe in front 6-0. This is the end of the line for Monroe no matter what happens today. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Loudon strikes out for the 2nd time. That's Crosta's first strikeout. And in the middle of the 4th, it's 6-0 Monroe. You're listening to the GMC Championship game on Central Jersey Sports Radio.
Hi, I'm Warren Bennett, president of the NJSFU State Federation of Umpires, the Mickey Sedlak chapter. Our goal is to develop and improve our members' knowledge, skills, professionalism, and confidence. We cover high school baseball and softball in the GMC and other surrounding counties. We also cover various rec, local youth leagues, USA softball, travel leagues, and men's leagues, including assigning and working the Last Dance tournament. We have college, high school, little league umpires on staff, and we are also proud to give back by umpiring events like the Autism Awareness Challenge, Little League Buddy Ball, and the Wounded Warrior Charity Foundation. To find out more or to become an umpire, visit njsfu.org. That's njsfu.org.
When you have a paving job, large or small, call Bellamy & Son Paving for a job done right, residential or commercial. They do driveways, parking lots, plus excavation, prep work, and stone paving. Bellamy & Son will provide you with a free estimate, and they're fully insured. Call them at 732-968-5999. That's 732-968-5999. Or visit BellamyandSonPaving.net. Bellamy & Son Paving, sponsor of the high school baseball top 10 rankings. Look for it every week on CJSportsRadio.com. Bellamy & Son Paving, a founding sponsor of Central Jersey Sports Radio.
Back at Ray Cipperly Field, it's a 6-0 lead for Monroe, bottom half of the fourth inning.
Yeah, apologies for the score bug being a little bit off. It's something we wanted to get it in. People said, well, we would love to see the score, but we've got to keep up with it and call the play-by-play.
Ben Faigin back to the mound. His first pitch is a breaking ball, catches the outside corner for a called strike, 0-1. Matt Chin is the batter, flew out to center field his first time up. He's had a terrific year for Old Bridge. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, good breaking ball from Faigin, and it's quickly 0-2. Chin, a .421 hitter, 21 RBIs, 2 home runs, and 8 doubles, leads the team in all of those categories, 15 walks as well. Chin, just a sophomore, really bright future. Matt Donahue tells me. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Faigin with 3 straight breaking balls, and Chin goes down swinging on 3 pitches. 6th strikeout for Ben Faigin.
He's right on a par with what he did in the semifinals in a 1-0 win over South Plainfield. Was it South Plainfield? Yeah. Middlesex and Old Bridge was the other. It's 2 weeks ago.
First pitch is fouled back. 0-1.
2 weeks between the semifinals and finals. I mean, it couldn't be helped.
Yeah.
I thought a good option was to maybe try and play on Tuesday before the state tournament. Try and get that in then. Because then you can, I don't know. Then you got to, either way, you got to figure out pitching. But at least you can kind of get it done. But I guess it just wasn't in the cards, so to speak.
Jared Volpe is the batter. The count is 0-1.
I can second guess all we want, but we got a nice day for it today.
We did.
Listen, don't complain about the wind and the chill. It could be 100.
We've been there too.
Yeah.
The 0-1 to Volpe. Breaking ball on the outside corner, taken for a called strike, and it's 0-2. Volpe struck out in the first. Started the game playing second base, moved to third when Meyer was replaced by Crosta on the mound. Faigin working out of the wind. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Oh. And Faigin, I guess, in his windup, got kind of confused with his stepping. And now here he goes again, the 0-2. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. 7th strikeout for Faigin, and he really has that breaking ball working now.
A lot of frustration over in Old Bridge dugout. They've only gotten the one base runner, the walk to Latomsky last inning. Well, that's all they've had on base.
Well, here comes Eric Schicksnight. He struck out swinging in the second, his first time up. And for Monroe, this is it. Lost last night in the state tournament. Faigin's first pitch. Fastball blew it right by him, 0-1. But for Old Bridge, they will continue on in the state tournament, totally separate. And so I don't know if that has any motivation differences for either team or whatever it may be. The 0-1. Fastball misses low.
They'll get Heightstown in the semifinals, a 4 seed. Monroe lost there yesterday. And we're going to have on Wednesday in the public sectional semi-round, Bridgewater at Ridge. 3 of the 4 teams in the semis, North 2-4 from the Skyland, Delaware.
1 ball, 1 strike. Breaking ball drops in for a called strike, 1-2.
Watchung Hills on the other side has Bayonne. It was a few years ago we were hoping to get Bridgewater Ridge in that final, but it was that game where they had the discrepancy over the pitch count.
Faigin's 1-2. On the inside corner, called strike 3. 8th strikeout for Faigin. He struck out the last 4 batters to face him. No runs, no hits, no errors as he strikes out the side in the 4th. We've played 4. Monroe leads it 6-0. You want to stay with us. You're watching and listening to the GMC Final on Central Jersey Sports Radio.
When you have a paving job, large or small, call Bellamy & Son Paving for a job done right, residential or commercial. They do driveways, parking lots, plus excavation, prep work, and stone paving. Bellamy & Son will provide you with a free estimate, and they're fully insured. Call them at 732-968-5999. That's 732-968-5999. Or visit BellamyandSonPaving.net. Bellamy & Son Paving, sponsor of the high school baseball top 10 rankings. Look for it every week on CJSportsRadio.com. Bellamy & Son Paving, a founding sponsor of Central Jersey Sports Radio.
If you're looking for branded merchandise, look no further than Jan Promotions. For over 40 years, they've been serving all of New Jersey with thousands of items to suit your needs and your budget. They've got everything from tech items like flash drives to bags, mugs, glasses, and sports bottles. From a 50-cent keychain to a glistening $500 custom award, make Jan Promotions your only source for all your ad specialty needs. They can help your small business or big corporation. Free setup and shipping on a wide range of products. Visit janpromotions.com or call 201-641-2803. That's 201-641-2803. Or online at janpromotions.com.
Back here for the 5th inning. It's a 6-0 lead for Monroe. And for the 5th inning of play-by-play, the man on my left, Mike Pavlichko.
All right, I had the mic on, and then I hit it to turn it on, and I turned it off. First pitch is a strike to Tyler Bacon, 8-9-1, due up for Monroe, which has a 6-0 lead. Ben Faigin cruising, and Monroe looking in a good spot right now. Inside and somehow avoided hitting Bacon. 1 ball and 1 strike. I don't know if that went through the legs or just brushed by him, but he didn't seem to flinch. 1-1 the count. Bacon with a walk and a run scored in the 2nd. Popped up a bunt last inning. Here's a 1-1. Chopper over to the right side, fielded by Brady Meyer, now at 2nd, throws to 1st to A.J. Szynski, who's in the game for the first out of the inning, scored 4-3. So the new defensive alignment right now, A.J. Szynski at 1st, Brady Meyer at 2nd, Jared Volpe moving to 3rd with Meyer going to 2nd, and Chin stays at short. The outfield, Levitt still in center, but Chiarella went from 1st to right, and Agostino went from right to left to replace Nick Natale. First pitch swinging, Kyle Rutan pops one to the third base side, and coming over the shortstop Chin makes the catch. I wasn't sure if that was a quick one off the ground in the big hop, but that's where you watch the umpires and everybody else and try and figure it out. So a pop up to short, more towards the third base side and behind Volpe over there, but Chin makes the play. Mangano to the plate now with 2 down, and so far Crosta working quickly here. Mangano takes inside and low, 1 ball, no strikes. He was hit by a pitch in the 1st, sac fly RBI in the 2nd for the 3rd run of the game, and drove in the 6th in the 3rd with an RBI single off Crosta. 1-0, swung on, and a slow roller bounces off the mound, charging Chin, throws to 1st in time. A great defensive play there as Chin had to get to it and line it up perfectly. It was a roller that hit the mound and then bounced up. But a great play there by Chin, and that's a 1-2-3 inning. The first time Monroe has gone down 1-2-3 in this game. No runs, hits, errors, nobody left. We played 4.5. 6-0 Monroe on Central Jersey Sports Radio.
If you're serious about the game of baseball, Baseball Warehouse is serious about you. For over 20 years, Baseball Warehouse in Highland Park is the place to go for great instruction. Led by former New Jersey college baseball coach and current Colorado Rockies scout Mike Garlotti, Baseball Warehouse features instructors who are also high school coaches. They're not a baseball factory, they're a baseball school. You'll learn the finer points of the fundamentals to improve your game. They have summer camps and spring, summer, and fall teams. Call them at 732-249-8884. That's 732-249-8884. Or visit them online at baseballwarehousenj.com. That's baseballwarehousenj.com.
Mike Pavlichko, Justin Sontupe back with you at Ray Cipperly Field in East Brunswick at East Brunswick Magnet School, and the Monroe Falcons have a 6-0 lead. 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the third. Nobody scored in the fourth, and Monroe went down 1-2-3 in the top of the fifth. They've got 6 runs on 6 hits, no errors. Old Bridge, no runs, no hits, 2 errors, and Monroe has left 6 on base. Old Bridge has left 1. They've left as many on as they've sent across the plate. Ben Faigin out for his 5th inning of work. He struck out the side in the 4th. And will face 5, 6, 7 in the order. He's faced just 1 more than the minimum. Walked Adrian Lutomsky last inning and stranded his courtesy runner Harry Denny after getting a 4-3 ground out and a strikeout of Chris Crosta. Wind picks up a little bit. The sun still bopping out and into and behind and under the clouds, but otherwise dry.
You're a brave man for being in short sleeves today, Mike.
I wore shorts, and I got out to the car and I went, nope. I figured 64 degrees and we're running around and I'm going to take pictures. Yeah. I probably could have done with a little pullover, but I'd probably be taking it on and off all day too.
It's
which
the wind.
Is enough with the sunglasses too. It's in and out. So Chiarella, let's see. Well, maybe not in Natali because he's been out. Chiarella comes up to the plate first, and he swings and pops 1 foul out of play. No balls and 1 strike. Chiarella started the game at first base, now in right field.
So it's Szynski who's on deck.
Yep.
Who came in to play first base when Chiarella moved to right.
Come on, Michael, start it off.
So he's on deck. No balls, 1 strike on Chiarella. And the pitch on the way. Breaking ball, caught the outside corner. No balls and 2 strikes. That pitch looked like he was coming in high and outside. And he had some really good drop on his pitches, too. They look like they're coming high, and they plop right in. 0-2 on Chiarella. And he takes up high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We've had a couple of words from the umpires of both sides. Heard one over in the Old Bridge side as they're taking some photos. Here's the 1-2. Check swing, did not go, and it's low and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Good hold there by Chiarella.
I think Faigin wanted that call, too. It was close.
Monroe looking for their 2nd county final in their 5th appearance. Old Bridge looking for their 4th in their 5th. The 2-2. Swung on and nubbed foul to the plate. They'll do it again at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Faigin's got to be doing pretty good in terms of the pitch count.
Yeah.
He had, coming into this game, 104, if I recall what is elsewhere on my screen here. It'll be a 2-ball, 2-strike pitch to Chiarella. Now the pitch swung on and popped up foul down the first base line. Everybody giving chase, but it's going to go well out of play.
Chiarella's a good hitter. .318 batting average. 7 doubles is second best on the team. 2 home runs is second best on the team. .515. Slugging percentage is second best on the team. He's a tough out up there.
Faigin has 105 for today. Love has 96, if they even need him. 2-2 off the catcher's mitt and high and to the backstop, but it's 3-2 now. This is the first full count, I believe, that Faigin has had in the game.
It's true.
Walked to Lutomsky was on a 3-1.
Yeah, that was I think his only other 3-ball count.
This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. The pitch from Faigin. On the corner, called strike 3. Chiarella thought it was ball 4. He was already headed down to first base, but it's strikeout number 9 for Ben Faigin. 1 out, nobody on for A.J. Szynski. Now, Natali, if they felt they wanted to, they could have him hit. He could re-enter if he wanted to. He could pinch hit, and come back in. Now the pitch on the way, and first pitch misses for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Now here are my stats underneath the. Got too many pieces of paper floating around here.
Too much going on.
Yeah. Szynski getting 235, 3 RBIs on the year. This is first at bat of the game, and he came in defensively. Pitch in there for a called strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. So he's hitting 235, and Tally hitting 302. Now the pitch to the plate, right down the middle. A called strike, 1-2 now on A.J. Szynski. 6-0 game. Monroe leads. We are in the bottom of the 5th, the GMC Finals. Be a 1-2 from Faigin, misses outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Glad you're watching on YouTube. If you're just listening and you want to flip over there, you'll hear the same thing, but you get to see all the pictures as they fly through the air. The 2-2. And that one misses low for a ball, 3-2. That's an old Tom Snyder line.
Pictures
Sit
flying
back,
through the
fire
air.
up a Colortini, and watch the pictures as they fly through the air. Still all goes through the air, just not over an antenna, just a little Wi-Fi action. Here's a 3-2. Breaking ball misses outside, ball 4. Second walk of the game for Faigin. At 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 5th, just the second base runner for the Old Bridge Knights. And both have been without putting the ball in play. Little dance I'm doing there. Matt Levitt comes to the plate. Popped up to the catcher his last time up. And it was a nice play by Mangano, too.
An incredible play.
Pitch, chopper right back to Faigin. He'll take it, throw to second for 1 on the first double play. It's a 1-6-3 double play to end the inning, and Faigin giving up his second walk. Gets right out of it. First pitch, Matt Levitt, grounder right back into Faigin's glove, and he gets the out. No runs, no hits, 1 walk, no errors, none left. We have played 5, and it's looking good for Monroe. They lead at 6-0 in the GMC Tournament Championship game on Central Jersey Sports Radio.
Hi, I'm Warren Bennett, president of the NJSFU State Federation of Umpires, the Mickey Sedlak chapter. Our goal is to develop and improve our members' knowledge, skills, professionalism, and confidence. We cover high school baseball and softball in the GMC and other surrounding counties. We also cover various rec, local youth leagues, USA softball, travel leagues, and men's leagues, including assigning and working the Last Dance tournament. We have college, high school, Little League umpires on staff, and we are also proud to give back by umpiring events like the Autism Awareness Challenge, Little League Buddy Ball, and the Wounded Warrior Charity Foundation. To find out more or to become an umpire, visit njsfu.org. That's njsfu.org.
At the Sportsplex at Metuchen. They're your local indoor sports facility, catering to all ages for an immersive sporting experience. Whether it's leagues and classes or birthday parties and camps, their multi-sport summer camps run throughout the summer. Register your child now at sportsplex@metuchen.com for a safe and fun-filled sports camp, offering early drop-off and aftercare. Visit sportsplex@metuchen.com or call 732-494-3000 for the Sportsplex at Metuchen.
Jim Muldowney GMC Tournament Championship game, Ray Cipperly Field in East Brunswick. Monroe, 6 runs, 6 hits, no errors. Old Bridge, no runs, no hits, 2 errors. Chris Costa back onto the mound for another full inning of work. Matt Donahue hopes. And as Monroe comes to the plate with 2, 3, and 4 in the order, here's Justin Sontupe.
Thanks, Mike. Ben Faigin, Alex, Marcus, Nico Antonitis due up for Monroe with a 6-0 lead. Working out of the windup, first base side of the rubber is Chris Costa against Ben Faigin, and Faigin flies this one to deep center field. Drifting back is Levitt, and backpedaling, he makes the catch in front of the track for the first out of the inning.
I didn't think we'd see a ball hit that far to center field, but now the wind blowing a little bit more out.
Yeah, I think the wind's blowing out and kind of to left.
Yeah, that's the left field that's going out of the park.
Yeah. Well, Faigin has a couple home runs this season, so not a surprise to see him put a charge into one. And Costa's come in and he's done, I think, exactly what Matt Donahue would want him to do. He's thrown strikes. He's been fairly efficient. First pitch, fouled back by Alex Marcus. 0-1.
Now, last year in the Central 4 final, which you didn't see, but we broadcast, Hillsborough got a bunch of runs at one point.
The 0-1. I hit him. Off the knee for Marcus, and he'll take his base at first.
And, you know, easy to second guess, but I believe in the game Oldbridge used something like 5 pitchers, and it almost felt a little bit like panicked a little bit early. Brady Meyer started that game. He went 3 innings. Then they went to the pen and just kept switching guys out in a big 5th and 6th inning for Hillsborough. And so I wonder if that also plays in Matt's mind a little bit and trying to stick with Brady Myers, the guy you wanted to get in this game.
Marcus at first. First pitch from Crosta. Breaking ball in there for a called strike, 0-1. Antonitis reached on a walk in the first, struck out in the second, flew out to left field in the fourth. Pitch fouled off to the right. No balls and 2 strikes. Crosta just the 1 strikeout since coming in out of the bullpen. Threw a 1-2-3 fifth. Got the first pitch fly out in the 6th, but then hit Marcus, who's been aboard 3 times for Monroe. Small lead for Marcus, a 6-0 lead for Monroe. The 0-2. Breaking ball, fouled off to the left, and we'll do it again. Well, the temperature difference when the sun is not hitting
right?
is remarkable.
Right?
Yeah. Big. I mean, these are big, fluffy, thick clouds today.
Right. After we got those couple sprinkles earlier. And all of a sudden I want ice cream again.
The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Second strikeout for Crosta since coming on. Second time Antonitis has struck out today. And they're 2 away from Matthew Linke, who's hit the ball hard 3 different times.
Crosta has only 1 intentional walk, but otherwise no walks. Did hit 1 batter. Marcus this inning.
Linke singled in the first. Runner goes. The pitch is outside. The throw goes into center field. And so Monroe continues to be super aggressive on the base pass as Alex Marcus picks up the stolen base.
Not their best day in the field for Oldbridge today.
And it's the 5th stolen base of the afternoon for Monroe.
Yeah, a couple of throws have been wide, but they've had Levitt in center field backing up well, so runner holds at second.
Marcus in scoring position. The 1-0 coming to Linke. That's taken outside for a ball, 2-0. Linke singled in the first, ripped a double that one-hopped the fence in left field. Might have been a little wind-aided in the 3rd. And then a line out to right field. A nice sliding play by Chiarella took a hit away in the 4th.
Crosta lost his hat on that pitch.
The 2-0. Line shot left center field. It's another base hit for Linke. Rounding third, Marcus. He'll come around and score without a throw. Linke's big day continues. He's got 3 hits and now an RBI to make it 7-0 Monroe.
Yeah, and you're starting to feel it is Monroe's day at this point. Everything going right on the mound. They score early, give Faigin some runs, and what can you say?
Yeah. 7-0 lead for Monroe. Michael Chinque the batter. Runner goes. The pitch is in the dirt. And on the exchange, it wasn't able to be handled by Letumsky, so another stolen base. Linke heads to second. It's the 6th stolen base for Monroe.
And listen, if you're the Falcons and any team, you want as many championships as you can get in a season, right? If you want to get the county and state, but you wonder how much has to do with yesterday, and I'll get to that in a sec.
The 0-1. Fly ball right center field. Drifting back is Levitt. He makes the catch, and that will retire the side.
I'll get to it in a few seconds.
You'll get to it in a few seconds. All right, middle of the 6th inning. It's 7-0 Monroe. There was 1 run on 1 hit, and no errors. The 1 man left aboard. Middle of the 6th, 7-0. Monroe leads Oldbridge in the GMC final. You're listening to Central Jersey Sports Radio.
Are you looking for a sports award for your team or one of your players? Forget about trophies and go to Ball Stars. Custom sports balls for football, basketball, and more. And they're on Oprah's favorite customized gift list. Printed right here in the USA to catch all your memories. They're a perfect personalized gift for a coach, team, or a player, and they're the official award supplier of Central Jersey Sports Radio. They do all our postseason awards for basketball, baseball, and football. And the Bellamy & Son Paving Players of the Week. Everyone is wowed when they see them. And they're also great as wedding gifts, table centerpieces, or party favors. Ball Stars creates a custom proof with your art, logo, or text. You approve and it's shipped in 2 business days or less from Kansas. Ball Stars, official award supplier of Central Jersey Sports Radio. Go to cjsportsradio.com, click the ad, and get your very own custom sports award from Ball Stars.
Back at Ray Cipperly Field, it's a 7-0 lead for Monroe. Bottom half of the 6th inning as Monroe inches closer to a GMC title. And Mike, you were saying that maybe the loss last night might have potentially added some extra motivation for Monroe. Who knows?
Maybe not extra motivation, but you have 2 tournaments going on at one time, and you can just focus on this one. You go, this is our last game, guys. You don't often get to know it's your last game until it is, unless you go all the way and win the state championship. So. But, maybe the loss yesterday kind of changed the mental outlook here a little bit.
Faigin's first pitch, fastball outside corner, called strike, and the count is 0-1 to let me flip the scorecard over to Adrian Letumsky. Letumsky walked his first time up. Fastball misses upstairs, 1-1 strike. One of just 2 base runners thus far for Old Bridge. Letumsky walked in the 3rd, and Szynski walked in the 5th. The 1-1. Check swing. Did he go? No, he did not, says the 3rd base umpire. 2 balls and a strike.
And even think about for Faigin, okay, because you got him at 105, whatever it is, about 105 and 95 for Love, but there's no pressure on him either. I'll get to that in a second.
The pitch from Faigin. Catches the outside corner for a called strike, 2-2.
If you do have a game next week, maybe he's thinking a little bit, I don't want to have Love have to come in, so I got to get through this. But now he just goes, I can pitch free.
Yeah. Don't have to worry about any pitch counts or anything.
I don't know if that's a mindset, but it's the stuff I'm thinking about.
It might be. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball, slow chopper. This is a tough play. Fielded at first, the throw to first base. It's Faigin covering, and he's out. Oh, a nice play by Luciani to charge, an even better play by Faigin to get off the mound and beat the base runner Letumsky to first base. And so still no base runners via a hit yet for Old Bridge.
And we've seen a lot of very good pitchers over the years, Justin, and, not all of them are going to, Rutgers or wherever else they're going to go. But when you see a play like that, those are the little things don't show up in a box score. I mean, it does as a 3-1, but still.
Yeah. Faigin's first pitch is a fastball upstairs to Brady Meyer, who was the starting pitcher for Old Bridge, struggled and has moved over to second base with Chris Crosta coming onto the mound. Meyer grounded out to second his first time up. The pitch. It's popped foul off to the right.
But when you see that good footwork, the hustle play to get over there, stuff that doesn't always show up in a box score, a hustle play, you get over, and then you kind of got to get to that base, but you can't run past it either. You got to kind of dance around it, and he did a great job on that play.
And credit Luciani, too, to charge it and then make a perfect throw right to the base. Not the easiest thing for a first baseman either. The 1-1. That fastball misses outside. 2 balls and a strike. Especially with the pressure of trying to keep things going. The 2-1. That's upstairs, taken for a ball, 3-1. So Faigin's starting to miss up a little bit.
Yeah. But I think he's going to get a chance to finish this one out up 7-0.
Yeah. There's no action in the Monroe bullpen. Still in the 6th inning, the 3-1. Fastball taken at the knees for a called strike.
And here's the thing, if you did go to a reliever just to close it out, go, well, we got a 7-run lead, but you never know what that guy's going to give you. Right now you know where Faigin's at, even if he's missing a little bit. The pitch is upstairs.
3-2, taken outside, ball 4. 3rd walk from Faigin. And Myers aboard for the first time, and that'll turn things around for the top of the lineup. Monroe does lead at 7-0. bottom half of the 6th inning.
I think unless Old Bridge were to get a couple of runs, 2 or 3, I think this is Faigin's game to finish out.
Wind is blowing out to left center field. Matt Chin on deck. Chris Crosta has struck out twice. Lefty on lefty. Faigin's pitch. Fastball catches the outside corner for a called strike, 0-1.
Only 7 Old Bridge players have put the ball in play between the lines. They've had 3 base runners, and they have not had a hit yet.
The 0-1. Breaking ball popped foul off to the left, out of play. Right around where the concession stands would be.
Yeah, no funnel cake today, huh?
Nope. Not even a burger.
Well,
or chips. That's okay.
It's all right.
Yeah.
We'll deal.
There's no in-between games for me to work up my cravings.
That's right, yeah. One and done.
No balls and 2 strikes. Crosta has struck out twice today. Faigin working out of the stretch. Big gust of wind. The 0-2. Fastball upstairs. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
You know, it's hard sometimes. Sometimes a pitcher who works fast, he'll slow down in those later innings, but he works Faigin so slow.
Yeah.
Lee.
Yeah.
You're not Lee. Slow Lee.
The 1-2. That's upstairs. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Faigin having a hard time getting that fastball down. Or if he's trying to rise it up there, Old Bridge has figured it out a little bit, and they're laying off that high fastball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Meyer at first after a walk. The 3rd walk from Faigin. Cross to the batter. The 2-2. Inside, ball 3. So Faigin's starting to struggle to find the zone. He's yet to allow a hit with 1 out here in the 6th inning.
Cross is not exactly the target Schickschneid is, though, too, for a strike zone. He's a little guy.
It's true. Full count. We'll see if Meyer's in motion. He's not. Breaking ball misses outside. Ball 4. So back-to-back walks from Faigin, and all of a sudden Old Bridge trying to mount something, still looking for their first hit, but they'll get their best hitter to the plate with 2 runners on base and just 1 out.
And that was a very, very close pitch. There's a few he's missed upstairs that have not been that close, but that's one that does look close. See some Rutgers prep gear over there on the right side taking a look at this game.
Faigin out of the stretch. Matt Chin, the batter. He's 0 for 2. First pitch fastball on the outside corner for a called strike. Chin flew out to center. Hard hit ball in the 1st. Struck out on 3 breaking balls in the 4th. 2 aboard, nobody out. 2 aboard, 1 out, I should say. Pitch. Fastball misses outside, 1-1.
And we will have Rutgers prep in the non-public North B semis next week. They're the 2 seed. They'll be home in Somerset, right along Easton Avenue there. The net protecting all those drivers from foul balls down the first base line. And they'll be playing the 3rd seed, St. Thomas Aquinas, who beat them in a sectional final a couple of years ago. And they've ended Rutgers prep season the last 2 years. So we'll have that game. St. Mary Rutherford, the top seed on the other side of the bracket.
1 ball and 1 strike. Faigin, the junior, pitching to Matt Chin, sophomore, the 1-1. And it's high, bobbled by Mangano, goes to the backstop. It'll be a pass ball, and 2 will advance.
I believe we had St. Mary Rutherford against Rutgers prep in the final, I want to say 3 years ago, back when St. Joe's and you and I did the game at Red Bank Catholic. And took some seats from some superstitious Casey's fans there, too.
Whoops.
Well, you know, they got the shamrock for the logo. They got enough. Or is that them?
I think it is. I think it is a shamrock.
Okay, yeah.
They can't hide
We got
all the
St.
luck.
John Vianney, too. I wasn't trying to remember the logos, but the Shore Conference, not my milieu.
Old Bridge's first real chance this afternoon. 2 in scoring position, 1 out. Matt Chin at the plate. The 2-1 pitch from Faigin. Breaking ball on the outside corner for a called strike. A big pitch by Faigin. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
First jam he's been in all day. First time that Old Bridge has had a runner at third.
Chin has a team best 21 RBIs, 2 doubles, and 8 home runs. So he's the right man at the plate for Matt Donahue. The Knights trying to mount a major rally, trailing 7-0 in the GMC final, and in what will be Monroe's final game of the season. Old Bridge still has state tournament action next week.
Hightstown Wednesday.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Slider in the dirt, swung on and missed. The throw down to first from Mangano will officially retire Chin, and a big strikeout, the 10th of the game for Faigin.
Now, Chin waited to throw that ball to first. He didn't look over to third. Everybody else was, but he had to make sure that runner didn't come home on that drop third strike. And I almost wonder, because that was a bad pitch, if that was a little intentional. But the runner's hold, and now 2 down.
Faigin struck Chin out on a similar pitch back in the 4th.
Big spot for Volpe here.
Yeah, 10 strikeouts for Faigin. Here's Volpe with 2 in scoring position. Now, Volpe has also struck out twice today.
And this is a tough part of the order with Schickschneit due up, so you're not going to intentionally walk him to get a force at any base here. You take your chances with Jared.
First pitch. Ground ball towards short. On the backhand, nice play by Antonitis. The throw to first is in time, and Faigin's able to work out of trouble in the 6th and keep the shutout, among other things, intact. It's a 7-0 lead for Monroe.
You're the best.
No runs on no hits. There were no errors, and 2 left aboard. We head to the 7th. 7-0 Monroe leads in the GMC final on Central Jersey Sports Radio.
When you have a paving job, large or small, call Bellamy and Son Paving for a job done right, residential or commercial. They do driveways, parking lots, plus excavation, prep work, and stone paving. Bellamy and Son will provide you with a free estimate, and they're fully insured. Call them at 732-968-5999. That's 732-968-5999. Or visit BellamyandSonPaving.net. Bellamy and Son Paving, sponsor of the high school baseball top 10 rankings. Look for it every week on CJSportsRadio.com. Bellamy and Son Paving, a founding sponsor of Central Jersey Sports Radio.
At the Sportsplex at Metuchen, they're your local indoor sports facility, catering to all ages for an immersive sporting experience. Whether it's leagues and classes or birthday parties and camps, there are multi-sport summer camps run throughout the summer. Register your child now at sportsplexatmetuchen.com for a safe and fun-filled sports camp, offering early drop-off and aftercare. Visit sportsplexatmetuchen.com or call 732-494-3000 for the Sportsplex at Metuchen.
Back for the 7th inning, Monroe leads at 7-0, trying to finish off a GMC championship victory. They'll be at the plate, though, to start the 7th inning. And for the 7th inning of play-by-play, here's Mike Pavlichko.
All right. Thank you very mumuch, sir. For Monroe, 7, 8, 9, Loudon, Bacon, and Rutan. As Monroe looking for their first championship since 2015. They were the 2nd seed, beat the 8th seed Sayreville in 8, 1-0. So that would have been a walk-off. If it was in 8, Monroe was the 2 seed and the higher seed, they'd be the home team. They lost in 94 in their first appearance to Jim Muldowney's Edison team. This tournament now named after. Edison was the top seed. They won 10-3. In 2013, Monroe was 9 seed, lost to JFK 4-2. First pitch swinging, Loudon, a roller to third, crossed off the mound, can't get to it. He tried to throw it to first, and it ended up going like a ground ball to his second baseman, Meyer. So that'll be an infield hit for Loudon. Just a little nubber nobody could get to, and we'll bring up Tyler Bacon, who is 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored.
It was a swinging bunt that could not have been placed any better.
Yeah. So Bacon to the plate with a runner on first, and Monroe looking for some insurance here. They've already got a lot, and the first pitch in there to Bacon for a called strike, 0-1. Got a couple of kids hanging over the right field fence there. Look at that. They must have done some work to climb up that thing. They're hanging arms over. It's got to hurt the armpits. 0-1 pitch. High, runner went, and it goes to the backstop. So at second now is Loudon.
They must have something that they're standing on, right? I mean,
you would think. Now, there might be, you know, it might be like the wood frame behind it. There might be a few steps, like a few pieces of wood going left to right. It might be standing on that. 1-1 in the dirt to the backstop and almost bounced up and over it, advancing to third on the wild pitch is Loudon. So now a runner 90 feet away, and Monroe looking for more here. And that one went right up to the top and almost cleared the backstop.
Well, the pop-up earlier that Mangano made a really nice play on.
You were a little worried about?
A little bit.
2-1. Breaking ball on the corner. It's 2-2 now on Tyler Bacon, the center fielder.
The same way Mangano was battling the wind and the sun to try to catch the ball, I was battling the wind and the sun to try to protect.
And a toss over to third, and diving is Volpe to try and make a tag on Bacon, but he gets back in time. Rare pickoff attempt over to third. Volpe's a little closer, might have had him. 2-2 pitch, swung on and knuckled foul to the backstop. They'll do it again, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Crosta giving up the infield hit, a stolen base, a wild pitch, and Loudon over at third with nobody out. For Tyler Bacon, here's the 2-2. Just misses low, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Kyle Rutan on deck, and then the top of the order. 7, 8, and 9 due up this inning. Then the dangerous Mangano and Faigin right at the top of that lineup. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch from Crosta. Swung on and knuckled in front of the plate to Crosta. He's going to come home, and they'll make the tag as a little underhand toss. Austin Loudon is cut down. Score that 1-2. A fielder's choice for Bacon, 1 down, and Kyle Rutan, the DH, comes up. 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored in the third. Otherwise, a ground out and a pop-up, both to short. 7 runs, 8 hits now for Monroe, and first pitch is popped up foul. No balls and 1 strike. That 8th hit coming here with Loudon, that infield hit to lead off the inning. 0-1 on Kyle Rutan. Swings and misses. Breaking ball. Runner goes. Throw down. Bounces on 5 hops till it gets to the infield dirt. Goes into center, and holding at second is Bacon with another stolen base. His 7th of the year and 2nd in the game.
Teams like 8th of the game. I mean,
yeah,
they have taken just a ridiculous amount of advantage against Letumsky.
And that's what Olbridge was expected to do by Sean Field. Here's the 0-2, and it drops in there, a called strike 3. Rutan down on strikes. The 3rd strikeout for Crosta since he came in with 1 out in the 3rd. And to the top of the order for Justin Mangano with a runner in scoring position on second base. Yeah, Sean Field said part of the reason he wanted to use Ben Faigin was being a lefty. He's got an eye on those runners on first base. Well, guess what? Olbridge hasn't had too many of those. Hasn't mattered. And here's the first pitch to Mangano, low and outside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. So good rationale, but they haven't really needed it.
Yeah, when you don't allow very many base runners.
Just 4, and all via the walk. And all have come since the 3rd inning. 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 5th, 1 and 2 in the 6th. 1-0 pitch on the way. Breaking ball misses outside. 2-0 on Mangano.
I do wonder if Faigin's pitch count will become an issue because he did labor the last couple innings with the walks.
He still had 105. 2 balls, no strikes. He had some quick innings in the first. Here's the pitch, and it falls in for a strike. 2-1. We can check with Bobby Swerchek, the official pitch counter from Middlesex, how many Faigin has coming in. 2-1 on Mangano. 2 down, runner on second, Tyler Bacon. Here's the pitch on the way to Faigin in the dirt, and it gets to the third base side, but the runner was going, and so Bacon going into third with a stolen base. And a count now 3-1 on Mangano. And by the body language of Justin Sontupe coming back from Bobby Swerchek, the Middlesex football coach who's working for his AD Mike O'Donnell, he can tell you, hey, I need you to do the pitch count. What has he got?
He's at 83.
83. 3-1. Here's the pitch. Swung on, popped up, foul, first base side. That's going to be out of play. You said 83. 83, okay. You said that, and I wrote down 81, which So he's got 22 pitches work in that 7th inning, and I don't know that he's thrown 22 in a single inning yet today. 3-2. Mangano swung on and popped up. This one into center field. Coming over Levitt under it makes the catch. That'll be the third out of the inning. That will do it. So in the top half of the 7th for Monroe, no runs. They got 1 hit, an infield hit. There was a fielder's choice, no errors. 1 left on base. They have left 8, but they have 7 runs on 8 hits and lead Old Bridge 7-0. Last chance for the Knights on Central Jersey Sports Radio.
If you're serious about the game of baseball, Baseball Warehouse is serious about you. For over 20 years, Baseball Warehouse in Highland Park is the place to go for great instruction. Led by former New Jersey College baseball coach and current Colorado Rockies scout Mike Garlotti, Baseball Warehouse features instructors who are also high school coaches. They're not a baseball factory, they're a baseball school. You'll learn the finer points of the fundamentals to improve your game. They have summer camps and spring, summer, and fall teams. Call them at 732-249-8884. That's 732-249-8884. Or visit them online at baseballwarehousenj.com. That's baseballwarehousenj.com.
Well, we're back here at Ray Cipperly Field in East Brunswick. Monroe, 7 runs, 8 hits, no errors. Old Bridge, no runs, no hits, 2 errors. Ben Faigin at 83 pitches. So he had 105 coming in, so he can go 22 this inning. And one would imagine that if he did have to come out at some point, Andre Love would be the guy in for Monroe. One would assume, with the 2 available today.
Doesn't look like there's any action in the bullpen, though.
No, I think they're feeling pretty confident here either way. So Old Bridge has had 4 base runners in the game. All have been via the walk. You can infer from that what is necessary. Had a good pace to this game. We're at an hour and 54. For the Knights, it'll be the cleanup hitter Eric Schickschneit to lead it off. 4, 5, and 6 for Old Bridge. Schickschneit 0 for 2, pair of strikeouts. And the 3 due up this inning are a combined 0 for 5 with 4 strikeouts and a walk. And Ben Faigin, first pitch to Schickschneit, is swung on and fouled over the backstop. No balls and 1 strike. So Old Bridge, regardless of the outcome here, will be in the state tournament next Wednesday in the Central 4 semifinals against 4-seed Heightstown at Fred Cole Field. The 0-1 on the way, and low and inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Faigin overthrowing there a little bit. Monroe lost to Heightstown yesterday in the state playoff, so they are done. This will be it for them, trying to go out as champions. 1 ball, 1 strike. Faigin deals the pitch. Misses low for a ball, 2-1 as the wind picks up here. Brisk. But at least the sun's out. 2-1 on the way. Right down Broadway, 2-2. A strike to Schickschneit. Ben Faigin now at 87 pitches. 2-2. Swing and a foul tip nub behind the plate. They will do it again. Turned out to be a gorgeous day here. Certainly better than trying to play in the rain at Rutgers 2 Saturdays ago, huh? Or last Saturday.
Definitely.
Here's a 2-2 coming from Faigin to Schickschneit, and he fouls one off again.
So Faigin has 10 strikeouts today, 11 strikeouts today?
Let's see. I have 10.
Yeah, 10 strikeouts. Coming into the day, he had 26 strikeouts to just 3 hits allowed in the tournament.
2-2. Swung on and hit in the air to left field. That is going to drop in for the first hit of the ball game for Old Bridge. A hop off the wall, and the throw will come into second, but it'll be offline, backed up by the first baseman, C.J. Luciani. And Eric Schickschneit breaks up the Ben Faigin no-hit bid with a leadoff double to the wall in left field.
Well, 36 strikeouts against 4 hits in GMC tournament play so far.
Well, there goes the no-hitter.
Yeah, we can go
we
home.
can go home now. We're just going to leave you right here.
That was and you know what though, Mike? We do talk about this. That was a solidly hit.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to see a little bloop or, an infield hit kind of deal. Now Mike Chiarella comes up to the plate, who's in right field now for the Knights, but may not get a chance to go back there again unless they get 7 runs here. Pitch swung on and fouled off. First one down the right field line into the bullpen.
It looks like Andre Love's going to head down to the bullpen too,
just
in case, and start warming up.
Just in case. Number 11 heading down there. Coach and someone to toss with as well. I don't see any catching gear, so this might just be some tossing. 0-1 pitch on the way, swung on, hit left side. A great snare by Linke, the third baseman, to first in time for the out. Runner advances, Schickschneit goes to third, but there's one out now for A.J. Szynski, the first baseman, who came in the game as a defensive substitution in the third when Crosta came in to pitch from third, and the infield moved around, and Szynski walked his first time up in the fifth. He was erased on a 1-6-3 double play. That ended the inning. Schickschneit on second. He held there on that grounder. First pitch for a strike, 0-1. So Schickschneit, the leadoff double, a well-hit ball, line drive down the left field line. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss. 0-2, as Szynski was kind of leaning back on that swing and then missed it off the end of the bat. 0-2, one down, one on. Schickschneit on second. 7-0 lead for Monroe. The pitch, breaking ball on the outside corner, called strike 3. A 3-pitch strikeout, a backwards K for the 11th for Ben Faigin, and it brings up Matt Levitt 0 for 2, the Old Bridge center fielder. Last chance to keep this game alive for the Knights. So Schickschneit on second. Here's the pitch from Faigin. And that one misses outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Now the 1-0. It's swung on and sliced foul out of play right side. 96 I've got Faigin at now through this inning unofficially. Maybe 97. Now the pitch. Fouled over the backstop, 1-2. And now the Knights are down to their final strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ben Faigin looking to go the complete game. Giving up just 1 hit, 4 walks. None of them have come around, and Schickschneit on second in scoring position for Matt Levitt. But Old Bridge down to its final strike, down 7. Faigin deals, pitch to Levitt. Down the middle, called strike 3, dropped by the catcher, Justin Mangano, but he makes the tag, and that ends it. 12th strikeout for Faigin, and Monroe, the GMC tournament champs for 2026. Their second title and their first in 11 years. A big celebration out behind the pitcher's mound has made its way out to the right side of the infield, and Monroe wins it. 7 runs, 8 hits, no errors. Old Bridge, no runs, 1 hit, 2 errors. The Falcons left 8 on base, 4 for Old Bridge, but that does it. In the bottom half of the 7th, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on. Old Bridge will play in the semifinals, Central 4 against Hightstown next week. Monroe's season is done. They were ousted yesterday, but they are GMC tournament champs. Quick break, back with a wrap-up after this on Central Jersey Sports Radio.
The Sportsplex at Metuchen is your local indoor sports facility, catering to all ages for an immersive sporting experience. Whether it's leagues and classes or birthday parties and camps, register your child now at sportsplexatmetuchen.com for a safe and fun-filled sports camp offering early drop-off and aftercare. Camps run fun throughout the summer. There's also open gym on the courts and turf. Just check their Instagram page for dates and times. Visit sportsplex@metuchen.com or call 732-494-3000 for the Sportsplex at Metuchen.
When you have a paving job, large or small, call Bellamy & Son Paving for a job done right. Residential or commercial, they do driveways, parking lots, plus excavation, prep work, and stone paving. Bellamy & Son will provide you with a free estimate, and they're fully insured. Call them at 732-968-5999. That's 732-968-5999. Or visit BellamyandSonPaving.net. Bellamy & Son Paving, sponsor of the high school basketball Top 10 rankings. Look for them every week on CJSportsRadio.com. Bellamy & Son Paving, a founding sponsor of Central Jersey Sports Radio.
If you're looking for branded merchandise, look no further than Jan Promotions. For over 40 years, they've been serving all of New Jersey with thousands of items to suit your needs and your budget. They've got everything from tech items like flash drives to bags, mugs, glasses, and sports bottles. From a 50-cent keychain to a glistening $500 custom award, make Jan Promotions your only source for all your ad specialty needs. They can help your small business or big corporation. Free setup and shipping on a wide range of products. Visit janpromotions.com or call 201-641-2803. That's 201-641-2803 or online at janpromotions.com.
Well, it was an exactly 2-hour game. We started at 12:08. We finished at 2:08. Monroe wins it by the final score of 7-0. The Falcons are the GMC tournament champs here in 2026. They win their second title to go along with the 2015 championship over Sayreville, 1-0. And they beat Old Bridge here 8-0. 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the third. Brady Myers struggled, pitched 2 in the third. He's the losing pitcher, falls to 3-3 on the year. He gave up 4 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, hit 1 batter. The winning pitcher, Ben Faigin, he went the distance, 7 innings, struck out 12, gave up 4 walks, just 1 hit, no runs at all in the game. Monroe, 7 runs, 8 hits, no errors, left 8 on base. Old Bridge, no runs, 1 hit, 2 errors, left 3 on. Time of the game, 2 hours, under mostly cloudy, but later mostly sunny skies, and temperatures in the low to mid-60s. Well, this was a fun game. Faigin took a no-hitter into the 7th, a leadoff double by Eric Schickschneit down the left field line, and that got things done. It's going to wrap it up from here. Thanks to all our sponsors, the New Jersey State Federation of Umpires, Mickey Sedlak Chapter, Baseball Warehouse, Bellamy & Son Paving, Jan Promotion, Sportsplex, Metuchen, and Ball Stars. For Justin Sontupe, Mike Pavlichko saying so long. Final score one last time. Monroe 7, Old Bridge 0 to win the 2026 GMC Tournament Championship. Enjoy the rest of your baseball Saturday, everybody. We'll see you next week in Somerset on Tuesday and Basking Ridge on Wednesday for the state tournament. Schedule online at cjsportsradio.com.
You've been listening to High School Baseball on Central Jersey Sports Radio. For all the latest news, interviews, game broadcasts, and more, visit our website, cjsportsradio.com, and follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Thanks for listening. This has been a presentation of Central Jersey Sports Radio.